Hey, hey. All right. Now that I'm home, which I cannot stay on that long, I just need to get out everything I need to get out. I tried doing it from my cell phone. I get way too many notifications. And every time I got a notification, it kind of kicked in and it kind of kicked me off. And I was driving. So I really didn't have time to go through it. So we're going to do this since I had to come home and get my vape. But anyway, we decided let's do this. Whoops. So let's start with the obvious. Jonesin. I'm sorry, but is anybody else completely fucking disgusted about a bash for cash with Jonesin? And Jonesin people can come in here and say, oh, no, it's not like that. Yeah, it is. She's going on vacation. She turned on her monetization just to go after Britney. It is fucking gross. Absolutely fucking gross. You can't come up with money any other way than going after Britney. I could think of 15,000 other people you can go after. That doesn't include somebody that everybody's going after. And why does this bother me so much? Not because I'm so close with Britney, but I think I'm blocked in Britney's chat for the simple fact that I've been in Britney's shoes. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to just run your channel and then you have 15,000 fucking channels coming after you. Been there, done that. So, as someone who actually does have integrity and doesn't do a bash for cash because it's fucking gross, and someone who's been on that side of the tracks, I'm gonna stick up for her. I would stick up for her if it was Queen Bee. I would stick up for her if it was Clue. I would stick up for her if it was Granny. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is. It just doesn't matter. The fact that anybody is doing this bash for cash on somebody who's already getting it from every fucking angle is disgusting. And anyone that supports it can fucking stay out of here because I will never support a bash for cash like that ever, ever. I don't care if I have 5 people in here. I just won't do it. Brittany runs her channel. If you don't like the way she runs her channel, then don't fucking watch her. But to turn on your monetization just to go after Brittany and use the excuse of, well, I'm not really going after Brittany. Yeah, you are. The fact that Brittany is even a title is fucking crazy to me. Crazy. But one thing I do wanna go over is TPE had left a comment for me that was super, super long, and because it was super, super long, I feel like it deserves some whoop, it deserves some, um, acknowledgement. But what I found the most interesting about it was there was really nothing that she wrote that warrants the hate that Britney's getting, and I'm gonna show you what I mean in a minute. But I commend her for writing such a long comment because I couldn't write it. But she, like, really put her heart and soul into it. Well, now also, just so you guys know, Joneson was getting, like, under 100 people in her lives when she was talking about lolcows and everything else. So what happens now, she talks about Britney, and she's got almost 300 people in there. Shocker. Shocker. I mean, no better way to scream you're a fucking fraud than what you just did, Joneson. And I have no problems with Fur Baby at all. So I know it's a mom, and I just don't want Fur Baby to hate me for this, but I think Fur Baby is mature enough that she'll understand where I'm coming from and not agree with it. Because Fur Baby knows that I went through it too. All right. Is it here? Um, oh, is it under my video? Maybe it's under my video. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it was under my video. All right. She writes, Laura, and this was actually to Amanda T. She said, Laura, in response to you somewhat, but mostly Amanda T in your chat and her saying something to someone else. She was challenging, I think, Sunflower to name some lies BJ has told. I get it. It's hard to think on the spot and fit into a chat comment. So here are a few things, some big, some small. She writes, 1, BJ lied on Big Al and told Craig he was hitting on her. Attention, question. I'm not sure why she has later admitted to at least 2 other mods that she lied about. That guy did nothing but help her do all her work and her doing KR, Case, and others. There's more to it. But most think him working so hard and doing such a good job that it made her lazy ass look bad and she had to get rid of him. She basically did nothing while used others to run her show. I know somebody else like that too. How come nobody's talking about that? Just asking. Then she would find a way to kick them when she was done with them. There are many actual victims she did this to. She used them and kicked them. There's a reason over 150 mods left. She was caught lying, scamming, and being a phony, all while she treated them like garbage and talked shit behind their backs. She does it today. She was caught doing it to Reality and Nana just recently. Okay. So, first, let me just say, we on that, you're only getting one side of the story. You're getting a burned out mod who I'm sure my ex mods will tell you how horrible I am and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I haven't done shit to them. People lie. I'm not saying that her mods are lying. I'm saying that mods do lie. People get burned. They want attention. As we see, they run over to Queen Bee and, cry the poor me, poor me, poor me. Yeah, Amanda, this was TPE put a lot of thought in, and this is a long ass comment, but that's why I wanted to address it. Then she writes light on Mallory. I don't know who Mallory is. The only Mallory I know is Mallory Williams, and she's not here anymore. Light on Mallory multiple times, who co-hosted for her for months and planned and did 90% of her work carrying her channel. She still lies on her to this day, consistently bringing her up and lying about what took place. I'm not a nonsense fan, but you can hear Mel explain parts of it respectfully and still held back as to not to hurt BJ or kids or give out personal info. Again, that's one side of a story. You don't know the other side. She lied and blamed her kid and said he was snoring, not her nodding out, falling asleep mid-sentence on a nightly basis. Okay, again, who cares? That's such a small nothing, to me, is ridiculous. Like, okay, she blamed her kid because she was embarrassed. You've never been embarrassed? Again, I can think of other creators that blame other people for shit they do, and all of a sudden they don't need to be called out for it. She told multiple mods and supporters that she needed money for tires and proceeded to make money from multiple people for the same tires. Okay, that's wrong, but it's not our business. Was it done publicly? No. Do we have factual information that these mods are telling the truth? No, we don't. An ambulance went to her house by accident. It was supposed to be for a lady who had fallen, but wrong house. BJ lied, saying she was swatted, knowing she wasn't. Receipts are on Dietz's channel, as well as either Melissa Jade and or one other person. It was FOIA'd because they were sick of her scamming them and other mods and supporters. Has collected money for 3 or 4 laptops, 2 air conditions, and multiple ice machines, and hundreds in equipment, microphones, programs, etc. Okay, again, it's not our business. If she wants to be a grubbing piece of shit, it's not our business. This is what I keep trying to say. She can be a grubbing piece of shit. It's not our concern. If you don't want to give her money, then don't. But I can name 15 other channels that are just as much of a grifter that don't get called out. I mean, honestly, I would think that $150,000 for a legal fund when you haven't shown a single fucking receipt. I'm sorry, but I think that weighs a little more than somebody who is coming online and grifting. I do. I'm sorry, but I think the lawsuit weighs a little more. Um Behind the scenes asking multiple people for the same bill money and getting it. Bombshell does that too, and I don't see 1,000 people calling out Bombshell. I see like 2 or 3, but I don't see like an entire fucking community going after her for it, and she's been proven to do this multiple times. Um, Promised many things for members like giveaways and more and hasn't delivered one thing. It's now months and years later. Receipts video came out that just last night. Let me know if you want me to find it. I just can't recall the channel name. Again, not our business. One thing, TPE, you're taking the brunt of what the mods say or what the ex mods say, and you don't know if it's true. Just because somebody turns on her, and I can guarantee you that not everybody left Britney. I'm sure Britney kicked out a few. Lies about her kids and uses her kids to lie. Again, I know other people that do that too that don't get called out. There are X mods with stories for days. I have X mods with stories for days as well. And most of them aren't even true. She will also create a situation on purpose that she knows she will get backlash and she does stupid things wherever it is. Then, when she rightfully so gets called out on it, she gets to cry and the money rolls in. Again, I know someone else like this, TPE. She should get called out for that. No, she shouldn't. It's not anyone's business. Our community deserves to know in hopes that they can try not falling to her pre-planned scenarios that involve a pre-planned incident or a convenient one where she plans it. Then people call her out, then she cries victim, gaslights, emotionally manipulates, spiritually manipulates, and often innocent people throw money at her. Many in our community are over 60. Some have chronic illness and are considered low income. You wouldn't know that by watching Queen Bee or Clue. So we really need to stop with the poor innocent subscribers that have no money. Because if you look at Granny, Jay, Clue, and Queen Bee, they got plenty of fucking money. Nobody's hurting for money. These creators are making about $20,000 a month. So we can stop with the poor victims. Now, do you think that Dragon reviewing her on a scheduled with back-to-back around the clock 24/7 live streams is helpful? Fuck no. It only keeps the cycle going, and these channels are only giving her more chances to be a victim and take more money from some who are vulnerable people, not only in the names of missing kids and families, but in the drama. And she uses her own kids to do it too. Kind of like Queen Bee running around saying how people are going after her kids? You mean like that? You mean like Clue running around saying someone's going after her kids? You mean like that? Because I agree with you, TPE. People using people going after their kids as a way to earn money and as a way to get sympathy. I completely agree with you. But Britney's not the only one doing that. I see Queen Bee and Clue doing that every fucking day. So where's their lashing? How come nobody's calling them out? And they are getting rich doing it. Again, like Queen Bee, Clue, and everyone else in that little circle. While they exploit missing kids and their families. Again, sounds like someone I know. as well as in some cases their own kids. Again, like Queen Bee does, and Clue is doing now. Brings in the money. It's all mixed together and is a big dumpster fire of exploration, lies, and manipulation on so many levels. Again, QB and Clue do the exact same thing. While they bash someone else for doing it, they're actually doing the exact same thing. So we can stop with the poor Britney subs. Okay. Second point I want to make, and then I'm going to circle back. So I don't know the whole story because I wasn't there the whole time. Seclusion something. I forgot her name. Seclusion works. Went on Moons yesterday and was saying that she's having serious health issues. I guess she's maybe dying or something. I'm not 100% sure. I heard it secondhand. But I guess she's really sick. So she wants to talk to Sinner today. And she kind of says it's important. Sinner says, I'm not taking calls. He would just rather sit with Just Irish. Oh, she said she's on hospice. Can Sweet Misery or Rock Jam or Slide, can someone get me a timestamp of when she was on Moons yesterday? Because I'd like to hear it so I know what I'm dealing with instead of just like talking. So if you guys could possibly get me a timestamp, would be awesome. You said it was on Moons yesterday. I listened to Moon yesterday. I remember someone calling in. I know Terry Lynn called in. That part I got. Moon in Karama. May 22nd. All right, let's see. Reviewing Britney, because that's the hot topic. All right. I just saw a thing. All right, hold on. All right, let me show you guys where we're at.
Timestamp. I know
Oh,
that
it's
you
just
jumped
talk,
on.
Mischief. I am not her.
We know you're not Mischief, honey.
And
Seclusion.
I am not.
I know you're not Mischief. You don't sound anything like Mischief. We know that, okay? Everybody knows that. Angela knows that. Don't worry about these people that keep saying that you are. But listen, would you like to talk to me in private? And so we can have a better conversation. Not now, but through email or something.
Shock. I'm just total.
So you can process. We're all praying for you, Seclusion. You know that, right?
Yeah, I put a grocery order in, but I don't know what I ordered until it got here.
Oh, honey.
And it's kind of funny because Zeke stuck his nose into one of the bags. He pulled out a steak. I looked at him. I cut it up. He looked at me. I laughed at him. And now I remember what I ordered the steak for. I was going to make a steak fajitas. Isn't that funny?
Hi, Terry Lynn.
So I'm a bit shocked.
Rana says, Seclusion. Rana says, I think Seclusion has me blocked, but please tell her we are all praying for her.
Wait a minute. I do not.
Okay, well, it might
I
just
don't block people.
Oh, well, she may not be able to see you. She doesn't. It's okay. Don't worry. But hey, I would love to talk to you and where you're able to process and it's just me and you. And do you have an alternate text app or something? I don't mind giving my phone number to you.
Let me. Again, my friend. I want to tell you, I like different viewpoints. It's how I am. I like how you make me think. You make me say, "Wait a minute, this can't be happening. This could be happening." And
I do, Amanda, but she's been on like a tour of saying goodbye to people, and I don't know, it's just weird. That's why I wanted to hear it myself.
and I don't know what to think, but I like challenges to my thinking, and I wanted to thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. I
Yes,
like a little bit of controversy in my life. I already have enough of it. And I like to listen to you when you say, wait a minute, guys, look at this, look at that. Well, something's not lining up here. And I truly believe if you can't look at different viewpoints, you have a problem. You cannot take one side and expect to have a big, broad view of the picture. And I wanted to thank you for that.
or a more accurate one, right?
Yes.
At least a more,
Yes.
yeah.
And if you
So
cannot have that,
yeah,
you are
so
blind.
everybody is saying also, they are saying they definitely know the difference between the two of you and
Yes.
Mischief. Okay.
Yes.
So it's okay.
I can look at a virus. My specialty is C19. That is my specialty. I can look at a virus, tear it apart mentally. You have that viewpoint.
Any of that, and people debate me about
I never thought.
vision that I think that you might not struggle with.
When I read that chat, I was like, that's educated. I can poke
You people will do that and something like that. Can you dig up some YouTube old show?
act. I bought him some
They
chewing.
are fun to buy from. They
Yeah.
are.
Find
Yeah.
it, huh? And so I emptied the box out. It's wrong. And I told her, I'll take him upside the head and said, hey. And I looked at it and said, well, that's one way to look at it. I don't know what my brain poor desk. Yeah, I left it for
In the same spot, and I'd love to, I'll be in the hospital.
But Sly, you have to remember, some people, this is all they have. They build parasocial relationships because they don't have other things in their real life. And it's as sad as that is, that's a reality. I've had people tell me that over the years that this is all they have. They don't have any family, they don't really have any friends, and they've built close relationships on YouTube, and that's all they have. So that is a real thing. Like I don't judge anyone for that.
For the next probably 2 to 3 days when I go in. Yeah. You play songs that you makes you feel good, and make
size of billiard ball.
up. Don't I hope this is not goodbye. Even if it's goodbye on YouTube, I'll still be available through email and I can even exchange phone numbers if you like.
Enjoyed your show. Your
I've enjoyed
conversation.
you, honey. I've enjoyed you a lot.
My
You're a
next
very
stop will
sweet
be
person.
my next stop is Sinners, so I'm going to completely disengage from any of it because I can't take this. I need me. I need to
Yep.
time for me. So I'm not leaving. I'm just taking time to.
Okay. Okay,
process.
good. Well, then you
Mhm.
take time. That's good. That's good. That's good to hear. So you won't be gone forever. You'll come
No,
back because
just
people
appreciate
are sitting here saying, we love you. We want, Seclusion's a great person. You are known. I didn't know how well known you are around here, but apparently a lot of people know you. Terry Lynn says you have prayers coming.
I'm going to. I think I'll
And
turn them loose in the backyard.
okay. I don't hear about not being Queen's panel going crazy. Not like crazy, but you got your own work and you're like, well, I guess if I want to, well, I'm getting ready.
Find it,
Yeah.
huh? I made arrangements.
When I was looking for this, I saw something about she's dying. Somebody like wrote it, and now I can't find it again. Moon had highlighted it. I just saw it. I can't believe Lycan is back. That's so weird. All right. I don't know where this went. But I know I saw it. So, okay. So why does any of this matter? Why am I even bringing this up? So I went into Sinners this morning. I saw Sinner was going to go live. All right, hold on. Oh, Discord. Ah, that's Steam. Where am I looking in Discord? Oh, I'm on. I'm in wrong place. Oh. All right, I give up. Thank you, Rockjam and Sweet Misery. I give up. I'll find it eventually. But okay. So why is this even an issue? So I see Sinners going live. I don't want to listen to about Britney anymore. And I figure, all right, Sinner's not going to talk about Britney. So I go in there and I say, I cannot believe what Joneson is doing. I was going to take screenshot, but I didn't know it would get deleted. So I didn't bother, but it got deleted. I didn't realize, I can't believe that Joneson is going after Britney. Like, this is fucking gross. Why is she going after Britney? Then I said something along the same lines. And I was told, stop fighting with people. Who the fuck is fighting with people? I'm not fighting with anybody. So then Just Irish, I guess, puts me in timeout. During this time, Seclusion works, says, Sinner, I really need to talk to you. And Sinner says, I'm not taking calls today, while Just Irish is about to go on panel. So Sinner then says, I'm sorry, I'm not taking calls. She said, I kind of need to talk to you, or I need to talk privately. And Sinner said, and I said, sounds serious. And I didn't even know what was going on, but I was like, it sounds serious. So lo and behold, Just Irish comes at me and is like, Laura, stop starting fights. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. Undid my membership. Fucking done. So I learned that if you go into Sinner's chat, you're not allowed to have an opinion at all. You just can't have your own opinion. You have to cater to whatever they want, or you must be having a fight with someone. Even though Sinner agreed with me about Joneson. The fact that that's how that went down, yeah, no, sorry, done. I cannot believe that I couldn't go into his chat and have a fucking opinion. And I was already on the road. Or I was about to go on the road. So I knew like I couldn't go live about it at the time. So I was just giving my opinion. And My chat's not like that. You can come in here with an opinion, even if it's different than mine. The only thing I don't allow is don't be a fucking asshole. That's it. That's the only thing I don't allow. You can say whatever the fuck you want about another creator. This is my chat, so don't be an asshole to me or my mods or other subs in here. But if you come in here and you have a gripe about another creator on another channel, be my fucking guest. Even if they're my best friend, who cares? Not only is she talking about Brittany, she's going on and on, calling Brittany out. No, you could disagree with me all fucking day long. Just don't be an asshole. You don't have to throw personal digs in order to disagree with someone. But if we're talking about the sky being blue and I say the sky is fucking purple and you like, no, it's not. The sky is blue and I'm going to show you it's blue. I'm going to say, no, in my mind, the sky is fucking purple. Prove me wrong. If you say you're a fucking bitch, then you're going to get blocked. If you say the sky is blue because I can see the undertones in it, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Unlike most of the creators around here, I don't have a problem with being wrong. I am the first to admit if I'm wrong. It does not faze me to be wrong. I'm not one of these fucking assholes. Hey, Vanessa, I'm not one of these fucking assholes. But more importantly, I welcome people to disagree with me. I welcome people to debate me. I don't get enough people debating me. But again, you don't need to throw personal attacks or go after my business or anything like that. Then we're going to have a problem. Amanda, I have no idea. I really don't. But people always say that. Oh, you're going to get blocked if you're going to get blocked if you disagree with her. Nope, not at all. You could disagree with me all fucking day long. Reality wins. Any way you would take a link, because I have questions. I would really appreciate talking to you. Because I do. I have serious questions about this whole mod said this, and X mod said this, and X mod said this. And I would like to speak to somebody who's currently not an X mod. I agree, Amanda. Did you see Trace's community post, Amanda? She's like, Laura, are you selling feet pics? They're not that cute. Bitch, my feet are too cute. And no, I'm not selling pics, you idiot. But I laughed. She's like, and Laura's talking about this one. Bitch, all you talk about is LOL community. Give me a break. Yeah, look at her stuff on her comment on her she said it on her live yesterday. I know you're not a mod. You're not an X mod either, running over to Queen Bee. Take a link. I got questions. And the reason I'm saying that, Reality, I have been in the position where I still am, that I still have X mods fucking coming after me for 4 years ago about how horrible I treated them, how bad I was, blah, blah, blah. Like, shut the fuck up. Move on already. And I hear all of Brittany's X mods running over to Queen Bee, running over to Clue. Oh, she did us so wrong. Shut the fuck up. And all these fucking morons catering to it. It's just ridiculous. I dropped you the link. I just feel like these people have zero fucking integrity at all. None of them. They make it out like Britney fucking, fucked their husband or something. It's not working. Someone said that last night too. They were having problems with it working. What happens when you try? All right, let me try it this way. Hold on. Invite guest. I try that. Should be the same. But someone said the exact same thing last night, that it wasn't working. Oh, there you go.
I got it. I
Hey.
got it. There it is. Hi. How
All right, got it. Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Okay, so I know you get a lot of heat too. I hear it on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
But what is up with all these ex mods running to Queen Bee, running to all these places like they were so victimized? Like, I'm gonna put it out there that I bet Brittany has kicked some of them too. They're burnt ex mods. I'm not saying that she wasn't, that she was perfect to all of them, but
Right.
the fact that she's so horrible to every single one of them, I'm not buying that.
No.
So I hope that you can give some insight on no, these mods are not victims of Brittany. They're grown women. Just some insight.
They're acting like high schoolers, like
They need attention.
yes, and I know a few of them have gone and tried to burn Brit, so to speak. And of course running over to the other side, as I call it, the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
With one that she has spoken about that, of course, many have known her name to start with an M, being the worst of them all.
See, I don't know who that is. And I had said that. I hear everybody talk about this Mallory person. I don't even know who that is.
And she co-hosted with Britt back when Quentin Simon case was real big. And she
Okay.
was up there and she did a lot of the data part of it and pulling up the information and so on and so forth like that. And I just don't get how, when things fall apart, they decide they want to run to the other side and start giving all this supposedly inside information on Brit. It's wrong.
I agree.
Okay? You're an adult. You need to act
Mhm.
like,
I
you
agree.
know, if you're no longer welcomed where you're at, you should just move along.
Yep.
But look how YouTube is. It's ridiculous, and YouTube is not enforcing their terms of service.
Nope. Not at
And I'm
all.
getting tired of it.
Don't let it stress you out. I've been fighting with YouTube about this for years. I even leave comments on YouTube, Twitter. And when someone like will post something, I'm like, they don't follow their own rules. You're wasting your time. And YouTube will write, yes, we do. You have to report. And I said, no, you don't. You guys don't do anything.
They have AI bots. There are certain words that that come up in their algorithm that pull them to look further into it. So humans are not necessarily looking at the comments. Therefore, you have to go to Google. You have to report it to Google because Google owns YouTube now. And Google has a whole department about the cyberbullying.
Yeah, but they're not doing anything either.
Mm.
But the fact that Brittany responds wipes out her whole case. That's also the problem.
She's just trying to stand up for herself.
I get it. Believe me, I totally get it. I have been there, completely been there.
Yeah,
I have
They're
mods,
attacking
ex
too.
mods that still come after me 4 years later. A bitch, move on.
I
And
know
that's why I've been sticking up for Britney, because I think it's disgusting. And now to see Jonesin jump on this bandwagon, sit the fuck down.
they're not just doing it again.
Shit is annoying. And then
Because
you
it brings
have
them money. Like you said, it's bringing them money. It's the bash for cash.
mhm.
It's
And
broke.
a bash for cash has always been around, but to see someone that claim they wanted to get away from it, claim that they shouldn't be doing this, all of a sudden turns on monetization again just to do a bash for cash on Britney. Come on, go fucking bash Queen Bee or something. Give me a fucking break.
And I don't understand why everybody's so afraid of her.
I have no idea.
Why?
No idea.
She's a nobody.
She's an insecure, narcissistic fucking felon. I have no idea why people are afraid. I don't.
I don't understand how any of them are afraid of any of them, to be honest.
I agree.
You go see them on the street in real life and see how quick they turn around and run. They
No,
only do that
Queen
because
Bee
they're
probably
creepy.
Queen Bee's known to beat someone up. So she'll probably just,
Always,
start pounding on you because she's that immature.
there's always somebody bigger and badder than her. There's always
I
somebody bigger
agree.
and badder than you.
I totally agree. But so when it comes to Britney, like some of the stuff that TPE had said,
Mhm.
getting money for different, like the mods are saying that she grifted money behind the scenes for tires like 4 times. Is that true?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Blaming her son when it was her falling asleep.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Brittany has admitted that she has fallen asleep. What's wrong with that? We're human. It happens.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you.
And she's up there at night. She goes up there at night for reasons.
I agree.
And her home life is her business. And for them to continuously sit there and nitpick at every little thing that she discussed, oh, that gets on my nerves.
I agree. But she also shouldn't, her responding, and I told her this from the beginning, is only going to destroy her. And that's exactly what's happening. And that is sad but true. But I try to tell her way back when this started, do not respond. You will destroy your channel. How do I know? Because I did it. I absolutely destroyed my channel from responding because people wanted true crime. They didn't want me in all this drama. They didn't want me constantly going back and forth. But what I saw money. I saw this is what people wanted. And that's why I spoke about it. It absolutely fucking destroyed me. And I tried to tell Brittany it's going to destroy her. And she didn't want to listen.
Well, she has the 2 channels. You know, she keeps her true crime. And there are other channels for all the other BS that's going on. But she
Yeah, but
can't get to the true crime because she's focusing on everything that everybody else is doing to her. This ganging up on her needs to stop. People need to just move on with their lives.
it will never stop while she responds to them.
I believe many other people are trying to have discussions with her to get her to. She needs to fight the right battles.
And the other problem is they're now claiming they're victims,
Who's
which is
victim?
comical. Queen Bee, B Tim is sitting, B Twat is sitting over there trying to fucking, well, Brittany, you shouldn't have done this. B Twat, sit the fuck down. Nobody gives a fuck about your goddamn opinion. And Queen Bee's like, and they're coming after my kids, and they're shut the fuck up. Nobody's going after your damn kids.
We have not gone after their children.
I know you haven't. I
It's a
don't even watch
lot.
Britney, and I know that. But that's what the narrative that they're putting out there. And Britney, unfortunately, is losing more and more people because she doesn't want to walk away from the drama. And it's not doing anything for her, but destroying her.
I had
And
told her, and I'm going to continue to tell her, I will stand by her because I'm a strong person. I have been through too much, and I will continue to be strong. Um, I'll have the conversations with a few and get the message that
because I've
we need,
been there. I mean, I know where she's at. Well,
we
look up
need
my
to
name on YouTube. You'll see 1,000 fucking videos made about me for doing a lot less than half these other people.
that's
But
true.
I
And
said
so,
yesterday, it went from Marissa to me to Betty and now to Brittany. That's how these people work. Now, it was different people with me and Marissa,
mm-hmm.
but it was still the nonstop, constant attacks. You breathe wrong, someone makes a video. But these same people have no problem with Queen Bee and Clue and all this real life shit. And nobody seems to give a fuck. I've had CPS called on me 5 motherfucking times over the years. You know what? Fuck
Wow.
you. But rumors started, lies started, just like with Brittany. Oh,
Yes.
when I heard Queen Bee say, well, Brittany lost her children and they're staying with her mothers. Okay, the only
Mhm.
person that could possibly know that is this CPS caller. So are
Correct.
you the CPS caller? And then she's like, well, I heard that from someone close to Brittany. All
No,
right.
she didn't. She didn't lose her children. That's a lie.
I didn't think she did either because
No, her
CPS,
children. She
she
brought
wouldn't.
she brought them on last night. Didn't you hear in the beginning of her live? She brought them on to prove to them that the children were still in the house, and they still said that they're going to report her for having her children on there.
Of course they did. They'll say, oh, they were just there for a visit. And at the same time, if Brittany's house is dirty, you don't have to fucking live there. How come Clue's fucking toilet doesn't get the same angst as Brittany's house? Because Clue's toilet was fucking disgusting. Worse
Hmm.
than Brittany's house. So how come nobody's saying a fucking word about Brittany's house, about Clue's toilet? Yeah, Narcos made a video and a little bit here and there. That toilet was fucking vile. Like, that
Yes,
house should be condemned if your fucking toilet looks like that.
I
So,
agree.
where's all the videos? Where's all
And
the issues? We get
and
one
then
video on it and a couple of people talking about it.
right, and then
Fucking
what else?
gross.
She says we have money. Excuse me? If that is the case, then why is your toilet not squeaky clean and beautiful?
Exactly.
Come on now.
Exactly. It's exactly right. And
We do have common sense.
the other thing is too, like, they talk about Britney's dirty house. All right, there are times that if I have a lot of candle orders, my fucking counters are a mess. You'll see candle wax, you'll see everything. And I
Mhm,
have a specific area to make candles. But if I'm
mhm,
putting together orders, I'm not fucking cleaning up as I'm going and I'm just getting them done one after the other. There are times people be like, holy shit, that is trashed. I mean, is it clean? Yes. But is it messy? Oh, I'll have shit everywhere. So if someone saw a picture of that and happened to take it at the right fucking moment, it could look a lot worse than it actually is. I'm not
right,
saying Britney's clean. I'm not saying Britney's dirty. I'm just saying it's none of your fucking business what the inside of Britney's house looks like.
right. And I've said that time and time again on our lives that what's going on in her house is nobody's business but their own.
Exactly. If Brittany wants to live in a dirty house, that's on Brittany. I'm not living there. You're not living there. Your kids aren't living there. So why the fuck do you care? That's the kind of shit I will never understand. They did that to me because one of my rugs, like if you, it's like a beige, and if you put it the wrong way, like it'll look like there's a stain on it, but it's not. It's just the color of the carpet. But when you
Right.
do it on a camera, you know the type of rug I'm talking about. Like it looks one way and not the other.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God. Someone made a video. This is years ago, but someone made a video. Look at those stains. That's not stains, you fucking moron. It's the type of carpet it is. Or I have 3 dogs and I have bare floors. And if there's dog prints on it, oh, look how dirty your floors are. No, it's called dog prints, you fucking moron.
Yeah, they
Um,
nitpick. They
but yeah,
nitpick
I get that shit
everything.
all the time too. You just like, fuck you. Are you coming here? Are you living here? No. So mind your own fucking business.
My God,
Fucking
they're using Grifting so intensively that they can hear a mouse fart. You hear
Yeah, I
that?
don't
They
get that
they
either.
actually sit there and said somebody farted, and I'm like, what? That
I don't
was
get that
Nana's chair.
I'll never
Nana's
get that
chair.
either. Like, even if she had mice, look at fucking. Do you ever watch the locale community?
I've
Tina
watched it like
Dandridge or
2
Tina
times.
D. She will sit there and be like, the roaches got me today. Like, she is proud, loud and proud to live in a trailer that's roach infested, that has rats, she don't give a fuck. That's how she lives. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. She makes plenty of money. She's loving life. She
And
embraces the roaches.
she can't take care of the roaches in her house. Wow. You know,
She
roaches
embraces
are not
them.
healthy. You know that? Roaches enhance health problems.
But I'm saying she embraces them. Like, I mean, she doesn't like them. She told a story the other day that she accidentally ate one. She she was
Oh,
eating cheese. She woke up in the middle of the night. She
oh,
woke up in the middle of the night. She was eating cheese and she accidentally ate a roach. She will never eat cheese again because of it. But the point is, she actually told the story. So, you
oh.
know, as gross as that is, and now every time I look at cheese, I think of that. But as gross as that is, like Brittany can't run away from it. If you have mice in your house or you have roaches in your house or whatever, embrace it. Stop trying to hide it. You know what I mean? Just go with it.
Yeah, but
And
when Craig made the statement about the little rats, that was a figuratively speaking of the fact that the kittens got out of the basket.
oh, and they were
That's what
saying
that
it was
they had,
mice.
they had kittens. Yeah, that's all he said is the little rats got out. And they of course said, "Oh, she's got rats in her house."
Oh, I gotcha. So that's what that was about. All right, I gotcha.
They had 2 kittens.
What a fucking idiot.
And that's all it is. It's just
Like
it's
rats would stay in a fucking basket anyway. I mean, these people are so
yeah. Put 2 and 2 together. Duh, rats aren't gonna stay in a basket anyway. You know, you gotta put rats in a cage, keep them corralled up.
Did they really think rats would stay in a basket?
Yes, they ran with it. Oh my gosh, they wouldn't leave Brittany alone for like a week on that.
That's so
Yep.
funny. Yeah, rats are gonna stay in a basket. Give me a fucking break.
They constantly twist everything, take it out of context, flip it for their benefit so they can sit there and cha-ching, cha-ching, dollar bill coming in, put 5 on it, showing some love, how she is. Oh, it's so gross.
Wow.
Can't believe it. Brittany can't live her own life. They got to come after her. And it doesn't have anything to do with this Rico law suit
Oh, I
either.
forgot about that. I totally
Mhm.
forgot about that. That's a whole nother thing. What happened today, by the way? I saw Queen Bee's thumbnail. I didn't watch it, but I saw her thumbnail. Something about the Rico. What's happening?
I didn't see her thumbnail this morning.
Yeah, something to do with Some with the OP. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure somebody
That
else.
Brittany got denied or something.
It's being appealed. All I know is that
Yeah, that I know.
going to appeal court.
I said from jump, from the very first day that
Mhm.
they won, that the idiots won. I said, first of all, you're never gonna see a fucking dollar. This is gonna get appealed to the end, and
Mhm.
that could take years. You're not getting rich off of this. You're not fucking ever gonna see a dime. There are some main players, there are some back players. I cannot possibly imagine them ever seeing a dollar.
They're not.
Brittany's not gonna lose her house over it.
Nope.
Um,
It wasn't about money anyway. It was about to get them to stop defaming and slandering and attacking.
agreed.
That's all it was about. It wasn't about, oh, we're going to get big time money and own people's homes and cars and themselves, No, it's not about that at all.
But
That granny's watching. She's freaking delusional. Seriously.
who?
Granny's watching. She's
Oh, I
delusional. She's constantly saying, "Oh, I'm gonna own her house. I'm gonna get money." No, you're not.
And
They're going to present more. They're going to present more of who you really are, and it's going to come back to bite you.
well, unfortunately, they will get lawyers' fees. However,
Yeah.
however,
Mhm.
I still think that will be appealed to the end.
Mhm.
And I think everyone's going to be off YouTube before any of this even settles. Like, appeals could take years.
Yes, I know. Yes, they can.
And then there's another appeal, and then there's another appeal, and then there's another appeal.
And it's
Okay.
very costly. Costs a
Oh,
lot of money.
barbecue got an order of protection on Nick and Hong.
Oh, Lord.
And, but even if that's the case, that has nothing to do with Brittany. That has nothing to do with Betty. That has nothing to do with the lawsuit. That's completely different.
But she's involved in a. Wait, that does not make sense. That
I don't
makes
know.
sense because of the fact that they're in litigation together.
Well,
They're
you can
against each
you can
other.
still have an order of protection, but probably because they live in her town
Oh, okay.
or
Yeah.
they live in her area.
Yes.
It's not just social media.
Right.
And at the same time, I don't kind of blame her. I would be scared of Nick and Hong living in my area, knowing that they owe me money. We're in litigation. I would think they might wipe her out. I don't blame her for that. I really don't.
But barbecue has brought it on herself, if you think about that.
I'm not
She,
saying no, but Nick
she
is a
has
felon and Hong, I don't know. But it would not surprise me if they tried taking her out. I really wouldn't. She's the strongest with the lawyers and the money. I would be scared if they lived in my area. And I'm being totally honest. And I can't stand barbecue lady, but I would be nervous.
Do you realize how much Hong is worth?
Uh-uh.
He can
Doesn't he live with his parents?
he can own his own island.
I don't know. I heard he lived with his parents.
No, he does not. No. That's another lie.
Why how does he work? How is he worth so much money?
Because he comes from money. His family has money.
Yeah, that doesn't make him worth anything.
He he, he has lots of money.
I
He's ownership of the company.
don't know. But someone who has so much money, though, he sure doesn't act like it.
They backed off a lot, as you noticed. They haven't been coming out like they had been. I just
Well,
think the Sebastian Rogers case is like it's very heartbreaking.
yeah, but honestly, Sebastian Rogers in this case should have ended months and months and months ago, there was nothing to talk about. All they did was go after the parents. That's it.
Yeah.
You should have never gone after the parents. And that goes all around. And then it became a pissing contest. And that's actually when I stopped watching Britney, when there was just no news. This was before the lawsuit even started. There was just no news. There was nothing coming out. This is a waste of time.
Right.
Nobody in
And
this lawsuit is afraid. I don't know, Amanda. They might be. I would
Amanda
be.
has it right. And Amanda has that right. But they're not being held accountable. Does that make sense? They continuously keep going and keep going and keep going because nobody is saying stop. Nobody's saying if you continue, you're going to get kicked off YouTube. They just keep going.
That's true.
Now, if YouTube would step in and say what they need to say to them, if you continue to keep doing this, we're going to have to take you off of YouTube. Then maybe they would think twice about what they're doing.
Well, there are rules in place, allegedly, and I scream allegedly, that you are not allowed to go after the same person every day. It's not enforced. It's not enforced at all.
Yeah, but they made this their daily life to go after her.
Tell her if she really wants people to just not go after her, tell her call UPS, call CPS on someone. I'm kidding. But that's when everyone finally fucking left me alone. When it was outed that I called CPS on someone 4 years ago. It came out last year. All the clip channels that came after me nonstop ended. Granted, it killed my channel, but everyone stopped coming after me. It was wonderful. And I said that too. I'm glad it came out because it was the fucking best thing that could happen to me.
Right.
But again, it was a long time ago, but still. I know, Amanda. I was kidding. I'm just saying, if you really want people to come after you, fucking
just
do something crazy and they'll shut up.
No, you need to get law. You need to make reports. You need to go to the law. You need to show that you're not going to take it anymore.
That's exactly right.
Because back in my younger years, I advocated for children, and we were fighting to get this building for like a boys and girls club, and the mayor was coming up against us and giving us a hard time. And then we found out some juice on him, and we exposed him. And the next thing you know, we're on the news, we're in the paper, and we had the mayor step down from his seat.
There you go.
What we done, what we exposed, he wasn't going to survive.
By the way, does Brittany know why Queen Bee? Because I've been saying it, but I know Brittany doesn't watch me, and I haven't heard anyone else really talk about it. Does Brittany know why Queen Bee started with her? Because I'll tell you why.
Why?
Does she realize it?
I don't know. Why is she coming after her?
All right. It all started because of Granny. That everyone knows. That's not a secret.
Right.
But then what happened was all the shit came out that Queen Bee had the video of Britney's son or whatever, the twerking. Well, Queen Bee had to come up with something because everybody in her Discord was giving her shit. Everybody in her Discord was like, I can't believe you did that. Don't show it, blah, blah, blah. When this all came back around, Queen Bee had no choice but to turn hate for Britney. Otherwise, she would be held accountable. Well, a narcissist like Queen Bee is never going to be held accountable. She's going to twist and turn that to make it the other person's fault.
Right.
Once she started twisting and turning it, then it had to go to Clue. Then Sinner, around the same time, had this, FOIA request. And all of it lined up like the perfect eclipse. And Jonesin filed for this FOIA request to prove that Queen Bee was a fucking liar, which most of us knew already, but that Queen Bee was a fucking liar. But the dates on it coincided perfectly with this incident that happened with Queen Bee's child.
Right.
So even though any logical person can see that Joneson said, in this incident involving a minor, possible, CSAM or whatever it was, she said, it coincided absolutely perfectly with this thing with Queen Bee. So in order for Queen Bee to get out of everything, she twisted this around where Joneson is wrong and Sinner is wrong and Brittany is wrong, but she had to take it to the next level to really deal drive the nail in, and that's what happened. So once
Yeah.
she did that and she was able to successfully do that and become a victim, everybody forgot about Brittany and everybody forgot how this actually started. My people knew because I talk about it often,
Yeah.
but everybody else that doesn't watch me has had no idea how this actually started, but that's how it started. And everybody just forgot how this all started, if they even figured out how it started in the first place. But this was all about the perfect storm, the luck of Queen Bee that Joneson asked for this FOIA at the exact same time and the exact same dates as Queen Bee had an issue with the daughter.
Right.
And it's like, to me, incomprehensible that I don't know if that's the right word, but that people did not see what was going on and actually thought that Joneson had this magical power that she knew exactly what time frame a story was told to her a year prior, and so many people in Queen Bee's chat just ran with it. And then Clue jumped on board because she saw there was money to be made talking about Brittany. Granny was on it, but Granny actually backed off because she didn't have to do anything anymore. Now she's got Queen Bee and a much bigger audience going after Brittany. She could sit back and look like the innocent one. And then
Right.
Jay also did it. But Jay and Granny are close, like Clue and Queen Bee are close. Notice Jay and Granny aren't really over on Queen Bee's channel anymore. Well, Granny got what she wanted. Granny got everybody to turn on Brittany, and she doesn't have to say a fucking word. Now, out of all of them, I think Granny's handling this the best. I haven't watched her in a long time, but I mean, I used to be friends with Granny, so I know the fighting between her and Brittany. But I do think she is keeping quiet. She's not jumping on panels. Like, maybe this has actually matured her a bit. I don't know. But again, I have not gone to Granny's channel in a long time, and she hasn't been on Queen Bee, so I don't know what's happening with her.
She was. She went. She was last. I think it was last night. But
Oh,
she
was
she
she?
went. Oh yeah. She went hard after Brit again.
I then ignore what I just said. I don't know. I thought that Granny was being smart about it. So okay, I was wrong. Ignore what I just said because I don't watch Queen Bee all the time, and I like I said, I haven't been over to Granny's in a long time. But Granny's just as much as a fucking grifter as Brittany is. Where's all the hate for Granny?
Brittany hasn't been grifting like they do.
Yeah, but
She doesn't put it out there like they're always asking for like funds for their lawyer fees. Brittany doesn't do that. Brittany only advocates for her channel.
But here's the thing, and I say this over and over and over and over. If she wants to be the biggest grifter in the world and beg for money every fucking day, it's her business, it's her channel, it's her right. Plain and simple. You
Isn't
don't have
YouTube
to give it.
isn't
So,
YouTube where you make money anyway? Isn't that what they tell you guys to do to push your channel?
but that's
Push
what I'm saying. Yes,
numbers?
guys, where's my super chats? We need super chats. No, but
Yeah.
seriously though, people, if that's how people run their channel, then so be it. Like my chat, my audience knows that there have been times that my kids needed something. I put it out there, guys, we need to raise some money. Dayton's got, $800 expense I can't afford. And I've put it out there publicly. And every time my community has been there to help me. I don't
Brittany won't ever be
I don't
able to do
constantly
anything.
Like, I don't constantly say, come on, guys, give me super chats, give me super chats, give me super chats. And my audience knows that. They know that if I do need something, I will ask.
Brittany
And
will never be able to do that.
but my point is, if as long as her people are giving it to her, then it's not anybody else's business.
And
That's
I
my
understand
point.
that. I get that point, but you know how they are. They will not allow her. They will pick her apart and continue to keep attacking.
But she
And
shouldn't let that get to them. And I was talking about this a couple of days ago. I ran into that problem that
mhm.
I had lost myself because I felt like I was afraid to say, "Come on, guys, I wanna buy something." Not I need, but I wanna buy something, "Let's get some super chats going." And a year ago, I wouldn't have a problem doing that because it's not something I do all the time, but I wouldn't have a problem doing that.
she
But
had a she had a wish list and they just tore her apart.
but
She
see,
felt
that's
so
one
bad.
thing. She can't let her. She can't let herself do that. She can't let herself get worried by that. Like, I personally have never had a Amazon wish list except when I had cancer because I don't know, I find it weird. But
Yeah.
big creators do it all the time. I see fucking Melanie Little is a lawyer who could most certainly afford her own wish list. She has
Oh,
one.
yeah, of course.
So for anybody to, judge her for that, you don't have to buy anything. Like, even MGL had a no, I don't watch enough, Amanda. MGL had a wish list. I'm like, she runs around saying how rich she is. So why the fuck do you have an Amazon wish list for the dumbest things on there? Like, that's just me. I just don't get it. But I'm not going to contribute to one either. If I think that, and I'm not talking for like Christmas. I do an Amazon for my kids every year. We're not talking Christmas. I'm talking just every day. But there's a lot of people that have one that can most certainly afford it, but you don't have to buy anything for them. If for her to have an Amazon wish list, let her have one. If you don't want to buy her something, then don't. So I don't know why everybody wants to destroy her, and she shouldn't let people destroy her. They don't have to buy her something. Then don't.
I'm the type of person that you start talking all negative and attacking, I'm gonna block you in a chat because
That's
I
how I
won't
am.
tolerate it. I won't tolerate it.
People don't understand that. People are always like, "Oh, she blocks so many people," because I don't want to
You
see what you
have
have to
to.
say.
Right,
If
you have to.
Yep. I'm not blocking you because, I'm being a dick. I'm blocking you because you mean nothing to me and I don't care what your opinion is. People
But
don't
if you
grasp
have
that around here.
right, you if you have a difference of an opinion that's arguable, you can like adults, fine. But you're
Yep.
not gonna come in here and start lying and making fun of and harassing and bullying people. No, I can't handle that. That's wrong.
I agree. When I used to go on Britney's panel, I disagreed with them on a lot of stuff when it came to Sebastian Rogers. We never fought over it. It
Right,
wasn't rude. I wasn't saying you guys are the dumbest fucking bitches ever. It wasn't like that. I had a different opinion. We talk like adults. Me and Nana went a few rounds sometimes, but we talk like adults. There was no insults. There was no, oh, we can't welcome your opinion. Like, as long as you have an adult opinion, it's fine, but you don't have to be an asshole.
right. And there's always reasoning. I mean, people got to hear it both sides of it. Everybody's not going to think alike, and you
I
don't want to
agree.
make people think alike.
No, certain
So how do
chats,
you
people
do?
want you to think alike. I learned that this morning. Certain chats, you can't have a different opinion.
Of course, we've seen that.
It's ridiculous.
It's sad. That's what makes the world where we live in today.
So why do you think all right, so of her how long have you been with Britney's channel?
Mm, around the Kylie Rodney case, I came in towards the end.
Oh, so you were there when I was jumping on panel?
Yes, I seen you up
Oh,
there.
okay. So What I have explained to people more than once, that Brittany has so many mods because she mods up everybody. If you become a friend, she'll mod you up. If you are on a panel a lot, she'll mod you up. She's not very specific. Like, I
Mhm.
have the same mods forever. It's some of them don't even come around much anymore, but I know they're good people, but I very rarely switch mods except when they leave. But Brittany doesn't do that. Brittany mods up everybody, like everybody. And of course you're going to leave, or if you have a fight, you're going to end up walking away, or she's going to kick you out. So when people go on about, well, she's had 150 mods, I don't think they realize how she mods people, and how if you're just nice to her, she'll mod you, right?
Mm, let me find the words. Um, Brittany has a very big heart. Um, I don't see her modding everybody because she hasn't modded me. Okay, and I've been with her a while, but I really don't want to be a mod because I really don't want to have to go through all the mods are going through that we've been
Okay.
seeing. Um,
If people are going after her mods, then all her mods, we tried this once. My mods were like, we've been here too long. Who gives a fuck? Um, they need to change their names to mod 1, mod 2, mod 3, Brittany 1, Brittany 2. This way, nobody knows who they are if they're being fucked with.
that's a good suggestion, but
Yeah,
they're going hard after certain mods, and it's disgusting. And they're even going after subs too, and that is to me that's all of it should be off limits, so to speak. Yes,
I agree.
but we're just people with opinions.
I
Sorry,
agree.
our opinions differ than yours. That's what again makes us unique.
100% agree. Brittany also needs to, now she might. I'm putting this out there only in a general term because I haven't watched her, so I don't know, and I'm really not watching any of the channels that talk about her, because if I wanted to hear about her this much, I would just go to her channel.
Right.
But just putting this out there as like a blanket statement. I kind of feel like Brittany needs to take control of this and take control of the whole situation. Like, stop worrying about yourself and really go hard on the people going after the mods and going after the subs, and letting it be known that that's wrong. Like, when I
Yeah.
hear someone go after a sub, I'm like the first fucking one to call it out. Don't go after subs. It's wrong. It is 100% fucking wrong. And I'm not saying that everybody's perfect and you can't make a mistake here and there, but for the most part, don't go after subs. And she needs to take control of that and really go hard at them for that. And that will, show people that it's not just about her, that it's about other people. It's about her people in her circle. It's about people she cares about. It's about her inner circle, her core people. That's They also want to see that, yeah, she's sticking up for them. And it's
She's
not
done
just
that.
about her.
She's done that multiple times on her channel. She has made those statements about you're not going to go after this one and you're not going to sit here and attack.
But she's got to
Um,
really take control.
yes.
Go after, say, how would you like it if I went after your mods? Like, she, instead of playing a victim, she's got to take control. That's what I'm saying.
Hopefully
She's
she hears you saying this.
I hope she does. I've given her a lot of advice over the months, but I don't think she watches me to even hear it.
And she may now.
And, I tell her all the time. I'll talk to her on a live. I'm like, Brittany, I hope you're listening. You need to do X, Y, and Z. but she does. She needs to take control of it. Thank you, Laundry. And that is the one thing that I think is truly destroying her, is that she is playing victim, 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 rightfully so to a point, but not taking control of the whole situation, letting her mods, she should speak up against the mods. She should fucking prove her story against the mods. Take control of that. Don't allow them to run over to Queen Bee and bash you about poor me, poor me, poor me. No, that's bullshit. They're fucking grown adults. There
She
were
has
so
been.
many mods that ran away from me, and their excuse was she made me do it. What, you're not a fucking grown adult? I made you be this person? Sit the fuck down. Nobody made you do anything. Yeah,
She
but that was their
didn't
excuse. I swear to
do
you, that was their excuse. She made
it.
me do it. She made me do it.
No. You're a grown ass adult.
Yep.
You choose to do what you do, okay? Don't be blaming it on anybody else.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what Britney's people are doing to her. Like, they're just so weak. They, we just believed her. We just listened to her. We did everything for her. Shut the fuck up. You're a grown woman. Just
Right.
because Britney may or may not have turned out to the person you thought she was, sit the fuck down with this bullshit. That's the kind of shit I have zero tolerance for. Zero.
Yeah,
Because at the
like
end of the day, no, you fucking are a grown woman.
right, this Angela's clips and giggles. Oh Lord, what a hot mess. And then the
I,
Mallory.
let me say something about her. Let me
Oh,
say something about her. And Queen Bee thinks that she's the kitten caboodle. Now, all right, let me preface this. I've never had a problem with Angela. I've never gotten close with Angela, but I
mm,
have been friends with Granny enough that I know who Angela is. I've been
mm,
friends with, what's her name? Voices long enough that I
yeah,
know who Angela is and the game she plays. I was
right.
friends with Brittany enough to know who Angela is. So when I hear Queen Bee, touting on Angela, bitch, you don't know her. So go for it, Queen Bee. Let her destroy your world because she will.
Yeah,
I've
shoot, you'll
been,
be next. Queen Bee, you'll be next.
yep,
That's what I was thinking to
100%.
myself.
Get close with Angela, Queen Bee. Go for it
Because
because she
she's
will turn on you in a fucking heartbeat, and she got
devious.
everything.
She's devious. Oh,
Yep.
she's one of them.
And not only is she devious, and this I learned from Granny, not only is she devious, but she purposely looks for people. Like, this is all she does. This is her game. This
Yes.
is what she gets off on. And I was warned from other people too about that whole group. No, Angela Clips is not Voices, different person.
No, no,
I
no.
was warned about Tiffany. I was warned about Angela. I was warned about that whole group from somebody who's no longer in the community.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm telling you, do not let these people in your circle. Do not take clips from them. Do not take anything from them. This is all they do in life. They
Right.
get
Don't have
off
personal
fucking with people's
conversations.
communities.
Right. Don't have personal conversations.
Nope.
No.
So when I hear, Queen Bee, like Queen Bee, I hate to give you this advice, but they're gonna take you down. And if you don't see it now, you will. And you may not realize it, but if you don't want to be off this platform, I would not fuck with these people. And I was told that a long time ago. And seeing what happened with Granny and all the shit Granny had told me and we were tight, yeah, don't fuck with these people. Let's keep them at a distance.
They're the real snake.
Yep. 100% agree.
You want to talk about poison? That's what they are. They're out to put that cancer into your channel and destroy it.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing.
And that's what they do.
Attention, I really do.
See, but Amanda, I understand at this point, I wouldn't give her any advice, but I am a huge believer, and this part of my integrity. Everybody deserves to be on YouTube. Nobody deserves to get kicked off. Nobody deserves to get shut down. Nobody deserves to, have their real life fucked with. Nobody deserves to, uh, have to worry about this one doing this and this one doing that. Like, it's just YouTube. So, although Queen Bee gets what she deserves, along with many others, the bottom line is I wouldn't want to see her get kicked off like Molly did, or anybody for that matter. We work really hard to get where we are. And like I always say, my 20,000 subscribers, I worked very fucking hard for those. And I wouldn't want to have to start over. I wouldn't want to have to start from scratch. So even though I basically am anyway, but you guys know what I mean.
There's just lines that you don't cross that, to me, warrants you to get kicked off YouTube.
But I'm saying I would never do anything to cause somebody to get kicked off.
Well, those ones we were speaking about, that's what they're about.
Yeah. You
That's
just you don't fuck with, and I'm not saying I've never done it in the past. Obviously I have, but I learned from it. 4 years ago, for almost 5 now, I learned from it, and I learned how wrong I was, and I moved on from it,
That's important. That right there is important, that you learned from it.
Oh, I absolutely did. And I learned from it the second after I did it. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I just fucking did that. What an asshole." And at the time, I felt bad at the time. At the time, I was like, "All right, maybe now she'll just shut the fuck up."
And
But I mean, 4 years later, I had an ex-mod who I was very close with, had to air it to YouTube and everything else, and then it, killed my channel, all started back up all over again. But I know I'm a different person than I was back then. I learned from that mistake, and like I told everyone, I learned the second I fucking did it, it was wrong. But I couldn't take it back. There was nothing I could do. So just
Right.
kind of bury it, put it in the back of my mind and be done with it. Never thought of it again. And then, of course, the next mod had to be a fucking jealous cunt and aired it out for no reason. She got nothing out of it.
And see, that happens a lot too.
Yep. And that's why I feel so bad for Brittany with all these mods. And I tell people, I don't even go to Brittany's channel, but I know what it's like. And it just happened to me within the last year of people that I really trusted and was really close with, like thought they would never, ever burn me, fucking burn me.
Did you get to see where Angela tried to pit the mods against me?
Yep.
It didn't work, did it?
And they will. They'll make up stories, they'll make up lies. Why? Because they're miserable people and they want everyone else to be as miserable as they are.
I understand though, we're adults and we work through it. I know how bitches can be. We get with people and we talk smack about other people. I get it.
Yep.
But if you own up to it, that's a different story, and that's what they did. They owned up to it. Yeah. But then I got to know you. And I see that that's not who you truly are. See, that's important to me. That your honesty, you're being honest. Yeah, I said those things, but I see that that's not who you really are. I've come to like you, and you're a really good person. Yeah.
See, the
I'm
other
not
thing
here
is,
to hurt anybody. I can't. I cannot. I don't have an ugly bone in my body, and until I see something that's wrong, like what's happening to Brittany, and I'm going to stand up.
see, does Brittany tell you, like, all right, I'll give you an example. I have a mod, Kimberly Machowski. I could do no wrong in this girl's eyes. I am like a rock star to her. She's been going through serious health issues. That's why she hasn't been around. But I could do no wrong in her eyes. I'll tell her that. I said that privately. I'm like, yep, Kimberly, I am a rock star. I could do no wrong in her eyes, but I'll joke around with her and tell her the same thing. So nobody could ever say to her, "Oh, Laura's talking shit behind your back." I'll tell her right to her face. Sometimes she creeps me out a little because she loves me so much.
Right.
I would say that privately. I would say it publicly. So there are mods that could be like, "Oh, Kim, do you know what she said? Blah, blah, blah." Yeah, she'll say it to my face.
See,
So
that's important. That's important
what?
too, that you can do
But that's
that.
what I'm saying. Like nobody, if Britney has said stuff like that, then there's nothing wrong with that. As long as she's not talking about you would be willing to say it to your face. And everyone who knows my dynamic knows Kimberly Machowski puts me on such a pedestal. Like it's amazing. I don't know what she sees in me, but yeah, I could do no wrong in her eyes. Like I am just the cat and caboodle. And I just think, that miserable people try to look for things to burn you, or miserable people look for ways that they can make you as miserable as they are. And that's all they're doing. They're just trying to make everybody turn on Britney because they're fucking miserable or they're jealous or something. I mean,
You've
it's
got it
something.
right there. That's it. That's what it boils down to. And here's another true fact, though. Narcissist cannot be in competition with another narcissist.
Nope. That is
They
true.
will eat each other up, and
Yep.
you all get to see it here soon enough. It's coming.
Yep. I
Just sit
agree.
back and watch the show.
I agree. That's why I wish Britney would just go back to being Britney and not worry about what the fuck these assholes say, because again, they've now turned into victims. And I said the other night that they remind me of Fuck Around and Find Out. They want to know why this one's talking about my kid. Well, maybe you should shut the fuck up then. Maybe you should not go after Britney, and she wouldn't go low. Because if you listen to Queen B will tell you, oh, I'll go lower. And I've said the same thing. I will go lower. And if you come after me on mine, I'm going to go lower and you're not going to like it. Well, that's how Britney allegedly did. So don't fucking worry about it. Like,
And
fuck around and find out.
hi, Marlena, sweetheart. And Marlena's got it right. Read her comment. That's exactly who Brit is.
Britney doesn't talk to all her mods behind the scenes about everything the way people think she does. Oh, I agree with you. I didn't think she was either, Amanda.
No, she
Amanda
keeps.
says Britney isn't talking about their kids. I didn't think so either.
No, she doesn't. We really want to stay focused on true crime. Seriously, we want to cover cases. But every time you turn around, all of them are ganging up on her again. So she feels like she's got to stand up and defend. And rightfully so, on some degree, she really does need to say, you guys need to stop.
Marlene, are they coming after you? Like, here's another example. I once said to Brittany about her kids being up at 1:00 in the morning. I didn't get on her for it. I just said that you definitely want to get your kids in bed early so you have more time. I was like, I couldn't even imagine my kids being up that late. But I didn't say it nasty. I mean, I said it right to her. I didn't say it nasty. I didn't say it like judging her. I was trying to help her. So all these people that want to act like they're trying to help Britney, you're not trying to help her. You're trying to fucking berate her while you hide behind a screen and never show your face, never show your home. I said the other day, Queen Bee's live 13 fucking hours a day, 7 days a week. When do you have time to spend with your kids?
Yeah, and I
When
mean,
do you ever fucking do anything with your kids? You don't. Because
makes
you're
you
fucking stoned all the time and you're fucking live all the time.
you
When do
never
you
show
ever
your
do
face.
anything?
How can anybody support somebody that doesn't ever show who they are?
I agree. I've
I
said that
cannot
too.
do that. Sorry.
I said that too. We had a St. Jude scammer in the OG drama community who never showed her face. And from that time on, I always said and a lot of us said it, anybody that continually financially supports someone that they've never even seen, I cannot respect at all.
Exactly.
You don't have to go on camera all the time. Like, I know Clue's on camera all the time. You don't have to go on camera all the time, but people need to pull up videos and know who you are. Period.
Yes. That's why I show myself periodically.
Yep.
So you guys know that I am a real human being and I'm here to support Britt. With her son, he's autistic, therefore
Mhm.
his sleep schedule is all wonky. He's got insomnia, and so that's why he gets up throughout the night.
Yeah, but she also said she doesn't feed him well. She gives him sugar. She gives him sugar late. Like she's told me that there's other reasons as well.
Mm.
You know, she'll give them food really late that's full of preservatives. You know, shit like all that attributes to him not sleeping. But again, I'm not the one up with the kid. It's not my business.
Yeah.
And that's what I
Um,
keep trying to, stress to everyone else. What she does with her kids does not concern me. I'm not the one staying up late at night. I can only offer advice. I can only tell her what she should do to get him to go to sleep. If she doesn't listen, I'm never going to meet them. It's not my problem. That's what I don't get about their mentality. You can offer advice, that's fine. But to take it to the lengths they take it to is fucking gross. It's absolutely gross, and like I said last night, what's even grosser is the fact that subs that continually support it. That's what's even grosser. I'm not
yes.
gonna blame a creator for making money. I blame the supporters that have no issues going after someone that did absolutely nothing to them and jump on a fucking bandwagon of Britney, just because their fearless leader does that. I think it's fucking gross.
Right. And going after children is a no-no to me also. Kids should be off limits.
They say that, but my kids have never been off limits. Many kids have never been off limits. You
Of
just
course
take
it
it
should be.
take it from the source that it's coming from is how I've always seen it. Sunflower says Brittany doesn't spend any time away from her home either with the kids, her son as such the other night. And Sunflower, that very well might be true. However, Brittany isn't starting a war with somebody about her kids. Brittany isn't going after Queen Bee's mothering to start this whole thing out with. That's the difference. I'm not saying that Brittany does or doesn't. I'm saying that Queen Bee is using that as Brittany's such a bad mom when I think Queen Bee is a fucking horrendous mom. Anybody that's stoned 24 fucking 7 and sits on YouTube for 12, 13 hours a day, and you have kids that are under the age of 14, that's not a good mom, in my opinion. But I don't see anybody else talking about it. Why? It's not my problem. I mean, I'm not going to talk about it. It's not my fucking problem. But I don't see Brittany doing the same thing to Queen Bee as Queen Bee is doing to Brittany. Now, I know that Clue's kid is older, so you can't even say that. But as far
And
as
she knows.
Queen Bee's running this fucking campaign about what a horrible mom Brittany is and blah. Meanwhile, you're fucking stoned from morning to night. You're a fucking shitty ass mom, but
Let me
nobody ever talks about it.
let me clarify something, Sunflower. Brittany does spend time away from her home. She has family who live down the street that she goes down to visit and be with, and then she has errands to run throughout the day, and she has to get her children from school. So she's not in her house 24/7. She has a life.
But whether she does or she doesn't, again, just like Queen Bee, it's nobody's business.
Right, it's not our business. There you go.
And that's why it bothers me that these same people that are pieces of shit have no problem judging Brittany when you're no better. At least Brittany isn't fucking stoned from morning to night.
Okay, you've taken that sentence out of context. Let me clarify again for you what her son had stated that had meant.
You mean
That
sunflower, right? You're not yelling at me?
sunflower.
Yeah,
Yes.
I figured that.
Therefore, he meant that they're home. They're not living somewhere else. Okay, they live there with their mother and their dad. That's what he had meant. It doesn't mean what you think it means.
And that's another thing. People get on him. I mean, I don't know him. I've never heard of him. I know that that's her live-in boyfriend, baby's daddy, whatever. If he doesn't choose to work, whose business is that? It's nobody's
Okay.
business.
Right. Okay, Sunflower. You're not going to sit here and tell
Sunflower,
me
come
that
on,
your dad.
Disneyland. I took my kids to Disneyland in 2014. It cost me over $6,000 for
Of
4 people,
course, it's not
5
cheap.
people.
It's not cheap.
And yes, Sunflower, I agree with you, but I'm gonna go back to what I said before. Queen Bee doesn't do any of that shit either, and yet nobody says a word. That's my point, is that I see Brittany and Queen Bee being in the exact same category when it comes to doing things. Like, I've always done things with my kids, even if, we went to St. Louis or we went to day trips or weekend trips, but that was something that was important to me. But I don't see Queen Bee doing that either, and I don't see anybody saying a word. I see Queen Bee spending all her money on fucking pot and real estate and not doing anything with her children. But why is it okay to go on Brittany about it, but it's not okay to get on Queen Bee about it? That's my point.
There's just some people in the world that prefer to stay home and not do much of anything. Some people just don't like to be in the outside world.
That's true. That is true.
Especially if you come from a background, I'm going to use mine for instance, very abusive relationships, okay? Yes, I picked the wrong men, okay? I have to live with that. But over
I know
time,
that feeling.
you've learned that, okay, well, now that I'm out of that environment and out of those circumstances, I can choose to do what I'd like. And I choose to be home most of the time. Yes, I go out and do what I need to do, but I don't go out every day. I just don't want to deal with the public. That's who I am today.
I don't like going out. I get you. I hate going out.
I don't trust humanity. Okay? There's that.
The autistic kid I babysit for, his mom just said to me the other day, "How come you never wear makeup anymore? I have your hair done. Why should I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come here for the babysit. I'm gonna come in like looking like shit in my baseball cap, You're lucky I shower when I come here."
I get that too.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
Maybe that's the type Brittany is, but I do know because I've had some conversation that she does go out, she does do things. She's not a homebody, so to speak.
But even if she doesn't, it's nobody's business. You can give an opinion. You can state, hey, like I did with, her kid being, like her kid I gave her advice. She doesn't have to listen. She could tell me to fuck off. And that was it. I never brought it up again. It's not my business. Just like Queen Bee. It's not my business that she's stoned 24/7 and online 15 hours a day. That's her business. It's not my problem. But what aggravates me is when you're gonna bitch at somebody else for doing something that you're no better at. That's like me bitching at you for not going out with your hair messy or for going out with your hair messy and no makeup on. But I do that. So how the fuck could I bitch at you for doing that? That's my whole point.
Exactly, and I get that. And I do.
Clue yelling, talking about Britney's dirty house. Bitch, look at your fucking toilet. That screams volumes that you even allowed somebody in your house to take a picture of that fucking toilet. That is vile.
And all her sexual comments are just disgusting as well. I can't stand that.
So it's like, how are you going to fucking bitch about someone else? How are you going to talk about someone else's dirty house when yours is just as bad? How are you going to talk about Brittany being a slob when you're a fucking slob? That's the part that doesn't make sense to me.
Right. I was fortunate growing up in California. I got to go to Disneyland anytime I want to. Back then, we used to have coupons to go on a ride. we always wanted the e-tickets because those were the best rides. So we go around exchanging them with people, even people we didn't know.
There you go.
So we can get the e-tickets. Been to Disneyland too many times, Knott's Berry Farm too many times, Magic Mountain.
The only reason I was able to handle the lines at Disney and Universal is because my son has autism, very high functioning. And at the time, we would tell him, act crazy. act crazy. And we would get these passes that we wouldn't
Yeah.
have to stand in line. We would get basically fast passes that weren't
Yeah.
really fast passes, but they were for having an autistic child.
Right.
And he was fine. He could stand on a line for 3 hours, but we used that and we would go right to the front of the line. See, I'm the one that can't fucking handle lines. I'm the one that can't handle standing there for 3 hours. They didn't care as much. I did.
Right.
And so now, though, to go as an adult, there's no way I can handle lines. No way. I have
And
no patience.
Marlena makes a good point too, because my grandkids are the same way. My grandkids don't like to go out. They'd rather be here watching a movie or playing on their game or go in the backyard and play or something. They don't like to go out very often.
Sunflower, just so you know, I'm usually up until 2, 3 in the morning. Now, as I get older, I'm trying to go to bed earlier, but I'm usually up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and I'm up with the dogs at like 8. And I've always lived like that. I've never
People
needed a lot of sleep.
people need to stop passing judgment. We don't know what Brittany does in her everyday life. Okay, I do know a little bits and pieces, and that's all I'm gonna say. I don't know everything about what she does, just like she doesn't know everything that I do.
And
And
she
so she does
shouldn't.
what her mods do. Gee,
But even if she stayed home, who cares? People ask me all the time, "Why aren't you dating?" My mom says, "Why don't you date?" I said, "'Cause I don't like going out." I was like, "That would mean I have to do my hair and I have to do my makeup and I have to get dressed." No,
yeah,
I don't wanna do that. I just
I
wanna
did
stay
that.
home.
I did that when I was younger. I had to be all fixed up.
Yep,
Now,
exactly.
not now.
That's what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying. Throwing a baseball cap, I don't even care if I'm showered half the time. Just fucking go to the
And
store.
I can go out looking like that, and I still get compliments.
See, there you go.
And
It's all
that's
that
all.
matters.
It's just how you handle yourself.
And Marlena makes a really good point. You could take your kids and camp in your own backyard and make memories. You don't always have to leave your home. Plus, your kids are in school all day and they do interact with others. That is so true because we have done that. There are times that I didn't have a lot of money and
Yeah,
I always like to go out and me and my son go camping. And yeah, we got all the gear. A lot of it came from Patreons and subs during Christmas time. But camping is a big thing with him since his father died and
right.
we go camping. That doesn't cost much. It's like $100, if that. And we go camping and I bitch and bitch and bitch, but that's what my son likes to do. My other two are in college, and that's just what you do. So I agree with you. It doesn't cost a lot of money. You can find ways to do things.
Right. We built forts in the house, in their bedrooms when they had the kids used to have bunk beds, and we used to just put all these sheets up. And my daughter said, "Oh, I want those stars that glow in the dark."
Yep,
So she put those up on the ceiling. She even painted the ceiling black so it looked like it was outside.
exactly right. And
No,
your kids
being
appreciate
creative.
it. I'll tell
Yeah.
you, my son was home from college recently, like 2 weeks ago, and I felt bad because I didn't have a lot of money, and even though he's in New York and he has way better food than we have here, I said to him, "I don't have much, but do you wanna go get something to eat?" He's like, "Mom, we have food at home. We don't need to go eat." Okay, fair enough. That's because I raised him right. And I raised him with little stupid things don't matter. Material things don't always matter. We can, and I was really proud of him for that. Like, oh, okay. And that comes from doing little things when you don't have a lot of money. That comes from not always having to put in, $500 to go somewhere. No, it's the little things and they remember it. And those little things matter when, you don't have any money. You don't have to do tons of things with them. It's small things. He would rather me cook. So,
Like one of my things I like to do is I like to go to the botanical gardens,
oh, we have one of those. They're
and
expensive
we,
though.
we have one here that's free.
Oh God, not here. It's like $20 a ticket.
And so that's what I wanted to do for Mother's Day, but it rained that day. So we had to go the following weekend. But it still meant something to me because that's what I wanted. And I had my grandkids and my girls here. So We had a picnic out there.
Exactly.
It was beautiful, and it didn't cost anything.
I wish ours that everything here costs money. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, Botanical Gardens like $16 a ticket.
No,
Anything you want to do around here is like $20 a ticket. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's corporate greed. Look at the grocery
Everything.
store. You can't even go to the grocery store without walking out
Ugh.
items for $50.
I just said that to my son this morning. I spent almost $200 the other day, and I told him, you got to slow down on the eating because I can't do this every 2 days. He said, I haven't even eaten that much. Yeah, you have. You don't realize it. Because like any kid, you go food shopping, they raid the fridge and they eat all the good stuff in 2 days.
Of course.
Yeah.
we
So,
just went shopping
and
yesterday.
that's another thing. Brittany has 2 kids at home, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the other ones, they come over, Yeah, all her children are involved in her life, so I don't know why they keep going on about that.
I have 2 out of the house. 2 are in college. One's getting married, and I have one 17-year-old male at home.
Congratulations.
And I could never, ever raise 3 kids by myself today. I couldn't do it. It's too fucking expensive. So Brittany has 2 kids at home and a guy at home. That's for a family of 4. That's the same as me having 3 kids. I couldn't do it today. It's too fucking expensive. I'm barely surviving with me and Dayton. And, with 2 away at school, but food and stuff is just me and him. And I don't even eat that much. And yeah, I could not do it with 3 teenagers. So I don't fault her for needing money or wanting more money. It's just too expensive. Especially with boys. Boys eat, forget it. Boys eat way too much.
I believe she only has.
I'm just saying, she either has a family of 4 or a family of 5. People should not be fucking getting on her. They just shouldn't.
I just don't get why Sunflower is so hell-bent on Brit.
Well, Sunflower is allowed to have her opinion. I don't fault her for having an opinion. Everybody can have an opinion. But you have, unless it is across the board, you can't have an opinion on Brittany and not have an opinion on the people going after her. You can't say that Brittany is so bad, but the people that are just like her doing the exact same thing, trying to steer, the bullshit away from them, all of a sudden Brittany's so bad and they're so innocent. No.
Yeah, there's always going to be 2 sides. I mean, they're the ones that have been coming after her continuously and not stopping. So she's got back into a corner, so to speak. So she's got all these snakes in front of her, and she's just trying to bat them off.
But I just know from personal experience, her doing that is only hurting her. Now, what is the magical answer? That I don't know. I don't know what the magical answer is.
We did do true crime the other night. We were covering the Lily and Jack and some of Sebastian, and she still got attacked. They still went after her. They still screen sniped her.
Be nice, Sunflower. Yeah, that's Amanda, you bring up a good point. I heard that too, that they were bitching, or they were saying that Britney's kids were allowed to talk about the names because Britney mentioned the kids' names. Yes. That's ludicrous to me.
It is. I agree.
My kids' names, Phoenix, Sage, and Dayton. Does that give you the right to run all over? No, it doesn't. They're my kids. It's my channel. I could say what I want on my channel, and I could talk about whatever I want on my channel because it's my channel. Period. End of story. It doesn't give someone else the right to talk about it or use it as YouTube fodder or whatever. That's stupid.
and her channel gets the worst trolls. It seems like they sit there in a Discord and say, "Okay, go in, let's go invade," and here they come.
When it comes to trolls, you have to ignore them. I don't even give them 90% of the time. I don't even give them a thought. Block, ignore, ignore, block, ignore, block, ignore, block. That's it. Done. Do not give them any merit. Do not answer them. Do not do anything. Like the other night, they were going after my feet. But I'll explain this again. They got a bad picture of my foot somehow, and they went on for like 20 minutes. They went on 20 minutes about how long my toes were, which aren't even long at all.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I posted a picture of my actual feet on my fucking community wall, and people like, why did she post a picture of her feet? Something like that, I understand. I understand responding with something like that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking respond. Hang on.
But they went on and on about it. I said, what?
I love you. Bye. But that's what I'm saying. They went on and on and on about a foot picture. One, why do you even have my foot picture? That's first. Second, why do you care what my feet look like? Because you're miserable fucking people that need something to bitch at. But the sad part is they didn't even have it right. Like you could take a bad angle and your feet look wrong. Like, I happen to have very short toes. So that's why I thought the whole thing was comical. Yeah, they never mentioned it again. Because once I showed them what my actual feet look like, they never mentioned it again.
Laura, can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, Sunflower.
Hey, Laura, you need to stop thinking I'm the other sunflower. I'm the nice sunflower.
I know you are.
I am not up here to start any trouble. I'm not up here or in the chat to start any trouble. These are just my opinions. I am a single mother, been a single mother. Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh, because I don't see myself on the other
All right,
screen.
there's a delay.
Oh, great.
Delay. But you're on
Oh,
screen.
now I see myself. Okay, hopefully I don't overtalk anybody. If I'm doing, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You're good.
Anyways, reality, I'm not getting on Brittany. I've never really cared for Brittany from the start, from when she was with Natasha Cooper.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I believe that she has these same traits. She's picked up a few habits from watching her. And I just believe when you have young children, you shouldn't be having those young children behind you talking the way that you do. And all this wouldn't be happening if this wasn't going on. But people are noticing this. They hear the children. And it's just my opinion that these children should not be hearing their mother talking like this. Not in these days now. I am Laura's age. So it's a little different as far as generation goes.
Are you 29 too? Woohoo!
Yeah, that's I stopped at 29, to be honest with you. I was out with my son the other night and my table number was 29. I'm all, okay, good. That's where
there you
I stopped.
go.
Yeah. So these are just opinions. That's it. You know what I mean? I don't agree with her. I don't agree how and by the way, Laura, I don't agree with Clue. I don't agree with Queen. I don't agree with any grannies watching. I don't agree with any of these girls at all. Okay. I believe they all are I just cannot deal. They just irritate me.
I agree.
So, yeah. So it's not just I'm not just after Brittany. It's just that I do not like to hear those children in the background and she's talking vilely with those children. That's it. And then up all night, all hours of the night. And then during the day, those people have to sleep, right? So what's getting done with these children? It's just kind of a weird situation. That's all. That's it.
But here's what I think Brittany is going to have to learn on her own. And unfortunately, I have experienced this and still experience it. I used to not care that my kids were in the background. I mean, I have a 1,700 square foot house and you could still hear them, but there were There were haters that actually fucking recorded my
Oh,
kids in the
sure.
background
Yeah.
and blew it up. And there was one time, and this is being brought up again. Hang on one second. And this was recently brought up again. Now I have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. So there's 2 showers. My son, they were like 15 at the time or 16. My son was going to get ready. My daughter wanted a ride from him and said, "All right, we'll go take a shower." You know, he said something, "I'm going to take a shower." She said, "All right, I'm going to take one too."
Me?
So they turned around, the haters turned around, made a video that my kids were showering together. Oh my God, my kids have 2 fucking showers, you idiot.
Yeah, I heard that.
This has circled the community for years already, years. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like these people are so dumb that you really, I mean, everybody knows I have 2 showers. We've talked about it. And the fact that they would automatically assume that kids were taking showers together because she said something like, "All right, I'll take one with you and then we'll go." Not literally with him, meaning at the same fucking time frame, but they didn't catch that. And this is now coming back around, like, absolutely ridiculous. So the fact that when you hear kids in the background, the haters are gonna jump at anything to hold on to that, and they will twist anything. My 2 sons once had a fight, and my son was like, he said something vile, like, you know, "I'll put shit in your bed," like something stupid and vile. That made a video. So having kids in the background, although it's like it's no one's business, blah, 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 I understand firsthand how people twist things and how your haters will twist things.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it.
So, Marlena, I don't watch Britney. What I do watch are people that cover Britney because it's all over the place. Everybody's going after Britney. So it's really hard not to. I like Laura. She talks about it. She talks about a lot of things, you know? So it isn't a matter of watching her. I couldn't stay up all night long like she does, like that. No, no way. So it isn't about watching her or picking who I watch. It's just all over the place, and it's kind of hard to get away from it because everybody's covering her. Period.
That's very true. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
hard
made
to
me
get away
sick
from it,
about
Laura.
Johnson.
I mean, if she likes her true crime so much, stick with true crime. I understand that it's hard to always want to come out here and, you know, defend yourself, but there's a point to where defending yourself isn't even going to matter anyway.
I agree.
It's really not going to matter. People are still going to come after her no matter what she does.
I
You know,
agree.
they're always going to say something about her no matter what she is doing.
Yep.
It's going to constantly keep going on and on and on. And if she wants to grow her channel and you know, recover herself, just try to let it go.
Yep.
Go with your true crime. Do what you say you like to do. Your chat wants you to cover the true crime. She puts you know, that she's going to cover true crime, and then she doesn't do it, and she goes into.
Where'd you go? You just got quiet.
Uh-oh.
There you go. No. Sunflower?
I don't hear her anymore.
No, I don't hear her either. But she's not on mute.
Am I back?
Yeah, now you're back.
Okay, sorry. My I'm on my cell phone, so the screen went out. But anyways, I'm not here to get any hate from anybody. Like I said, this is my opinion. If she truly doesn't like, you know, people covering her and going after her, someone's got to stop it somewhere.
I agree.
Someone's got to say enough is enough. Stop. I mean, CPS has been called on her, I guess, from what I hear. I mean, come on. Think about the children. Go to your true crime. Do true crime for a while. This is just my opinion, people. Okay. If you don't want the backlash, do something else. Yeah. Are they going to come after you when you're doing your true crime? Probably. But at some point, it needs to just try to, you know, just try to not think about it and deal with it for a while and see what happens. You know, people.
Marlena, I agree with you that doesn't work either. She's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. Been there,
Exactly.
done that. The
Yes.
problem is she
They
needs to go with what her audience wants.
Exactly.
She has a true crime audience. They don't want the drama.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to have a drama audience that want the drama and just want true crime occasionally, but they'd much rather have the drama. But if you she had or has a true crime audience that she is losing very quickly.
Yes.
And I don't want to see that for her, and I don't want to see that for anybody. She needs to get back to what her audience wants, which is true crime, and ignore the fucking haters.
Amanda T, she is up all hours of the night. I mean, come on, girl. Take the blinders off.
Oh, no, she is. She admits it.
I mean, with this Amanda T, I mean, just stop, you know, she's up all night. Come on now. And her children are up sometimes all night with her. I mean, it's been covered. You hear the children. It's just concerning. And if she doesn't want the calls, the CPS calls, just the dragging of her, try to just think of something else. I don't know.
Her children have been moved out of the room. They sleep in.
You don't
room.
think those children hear what she says? Are you insane?
Well,
I raised my own child. I
I'm
know.
not
My son is 35 years old, and he still tells me what he heard when he was little. Come on now. I wouldn't even say anything if I didn't have a child or if I didn't have the experience, but I do.
But Sunflower years ago, I would scream at the top of my lungs, and my kids heard it. And they'd be like, "Oh, mom's fighting with the drama community again."
Right.
So I definitely can't say anything bad about Brittany for that, because she doesn't even yell, and I would scream like a fucking lunatic, and I would curse like a lunatic. And my kids would look at me like I had 4 heads. "Mom, why are you screaming? It's the internet." So
yeah, I know.
I don't fault her for that.
I'm not faulting anybody, but if you sit online and you complain about people dragging you, where does it stop? Who goes first? Does it really matter? Just stop it for a while. That's all I'm saying.
I don't disagree with that,
Give it a
because
break.
if she's damned if she does, if she's damned if she doesn't, then she needs to stop it and try something else. What she's doing is not working. It's making things worse. Try it the other way. Just try ignoring it, because if she doesn't give them any ammo, they can't do anything. So I don't totally disagree with her.
Yeah, I mean, if say it's a lie and she comes on and she's trying to disprove the lie and trying to clear herself, it's not going to matter. These people are so on her arse. They don't give a shit. They're going to twist it and turn it anyway.
I agree. They are too.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I do not watch her. I don't care for her. I know you say, Laura, oh, you can't not like somebody. Well, you can not like their actions. You can definitely go there.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's all it is for me. I have never liked her actions. I thought she was pretty, kind, years ago, but she has turned into major drama. And it's just going to keep coming back at her. They're going to keep calling CPS on her. They're going to keep dragging her. They're going to keep making fun of her. It's all just going to keep going. And nobody likes to be a loser, which I don't consider. If she was just to stop it and go to her true crime and just focus on that for a while, give herself a break, give the community a break. So not every damn person is talking about her, because every damn person that I have never heard of is talking about her. It's crazy.
Taking shifts. They're taking shifts. They've admitted it. They're taking shifts to cover her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that as well, but it's just another way to dig at her. It's another way to get a reaction out of her. So she claps back and then they can clap back. That's all it is. It's just they're getting under her skin. Maybe not, maybe so. I believe they are, because like I said, if she was just to focus on her true crime, like she says she wants to do, and her chat does want that. They want her to do her true crime. They enjoy it. So do that for a while. Just do it. Try and see what happens. If it doesn't work, okay, I'm wrong. I'll say I'm wrong. I will apologize. But I think that she needs to try it. That's it.
I don't disagree. I do agree that she needs to try something else because this isn't working.
Yeah.
Hey, Polo, because
Yeah.
this is not working. It's not working for her. It's not working for a channel. All it's doing is taking away her subs and people that support her, and it's making it worse. I've said this over and over. I don't want to see her go through the same thing I did, and I don't want to see her get to a point where she does something that she can't take it back.
Exactly.
And that's what happened with me. I got to the point that I just couldn't fucking take it anymore, and I lost my shit, and I did what I shouldn't have done. And everyone has a breaking point. So although I personally understand where Sunflower's coming from, I understand where you guys are coming from too, that it's much easier said than done when it's not you being attacked. So believe me, I see both sides. But the haters want to enjoy exactly. That's another thing. Clue said, I heard this on Jones and I discussed it last night. Clue said something like, "We want to see her gone." Why? Like, that to me is fucking vile. Vile that somebody is purposely going after Britney to have her be gone. That's sick. That's wrong and it's sick. But Britney can't keep going in this path,
No.
or that's going to end up happening. She's got to take control. And the only way for her to take control is to just ignore it and do your thing.
Definitely. You know, it's like you, Laura. I mean, you the thing that I have respect for you about is that, yeah, what you had done was wrong. I have to agree. But you have also changed since. And that's why I started coming back to your channel, is because you admitted to it. You admitted to it. And everybody is it gives people grace. You know, I don't particularly care that, and I'm probably going to get hate for this, but I don't care that they're dragging you like they are. You admitted to it. You apologize. It isn't the thing to do. It is a wrong thing to do, but you were at your breaking point, and everybody gets to that point. And that's exactly where I don't want to see Britney go, because it's already coming back at her 100%.
Yep.
It really is. I mean, there's vile shit being said. I mean, people are going after looks. People are going after her weight. I mean, it's got to bother a person after a while. You know what I mean? I mean, it just does. So, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy for anyone to be acting like this. And I do, you know, I was a follower of Granny. Because I said my opinion. I thank you, Laura, for letting me say my opinion up here.
Absolutely.
I said my opinion to Granny, and she basically told me, and I was a supporter of hers for years, to, if I don't like it, to just don't watch. Okay, bitch, I won't watch then. All right. So that was that. And Queen has changed in my opinion, because I did like Queen at the beginning. I did like her. I thought she was a pretty cool gal. Clue, there's things I don't even want to talk about with that, but anyways, I just appreciate you giving me some time to talk about it. I'm not going after Britney's throat. She's got enough people doing it. Those are my opinions. And, you know, I don't know. Someone's got to do something to stop it if it's really getting to the point that it's at. It just needs to stop.
What Britney doesn't realize either, and this could take time. I don't know why she doesn't realize it, but people get fooled by numbers too. Because Queen Bee has 1,500 and Clue's got 1,300 or whatever. But that just tells me, because I know Britney didn't burn 1,500 people, and 1,500 people just hate her this much. And they go from Clue to Queen Bee to Granny, all talking about Britney. And then they go to Jonesin. Britney didn't hurt all these fucking people. So nobody should be fooled by these numbers. What people should see is that there's that many people in this community that are so fucking weak-minded and that are so fucking pathetic. You don't want them in your chat. And I've said that. People in Queen Bees can stay there. I don't want them here. I don't care if I have 50 fucking people in here. I don't want followers like that and fake ass bitches like that. So to me, seeing 1,500 people reminds me of 1,500 fucking morons.
Well,
And they
yeah,
can
it
stay.
just tells you where their mind's at. Now, Brittany, I mean, out of over 100 mods that left her, the girl can't be perfect. You know what I mean? Not every one of those mods is a liar, and that's the way I look at it. So there's
True.
something going on behind the scenes, and it just seems that Brittany's grabbing onto this drama to maybe, you know, for the views, the clicks, the money. I don't know. But
No, I disagree with you on that because I got ex mods who I've never done a fucking thing to.
over
Who
100.
No, but I don't mod that many people.
Okay,
She
exactly.
mods a lot of people. She mods people just if you're nice to her, she'll mod you.
But they were
So
close
that's
mods.
why she has more. Thank you, East Coast. That's what I'm saying. She would mod people just for like if I just modded a bunch of people. She does that all the time. That's why she has so many mods. And many of them didn't leave her. She unmodded them or she kicked them out.
So their stories are pretty much kind of the same. So all of them have to be wrong. I don't know.
No, but they feed off each other. I
Well,
have all right, I'll give you an example. I have mods that left me in, let's say, 2019. When the mods in 2020 left, they used the same story from the mods of 2019, even though their stories were not even close. Like they didn't even have the same scenarios. But in order to be accepted by the drama community, they had to come up with the same story. So they were like, "Oh, Laura did this. I didn't do any of that to any of them." But in order to be accepted and make me the evil one, they had to use the same story as the ones the year before.
Exactly.
So I don't give much merit to all these mods that have similar stories. Some of them might be,
that's
but
what I'm saying. I'm not saying all of them, Laura. I'm saying that out of over 100 mods, not all of them could be wrong. Brittany is not perfect. We've all heard it. Come on. We've heard her words. We've heard her. She does lie. I mean, there's clips out there of her own words being thrown back at her, like with her children. And I'm not going to bring up her children, but she did say all their names. She said it on her stream. I heard it myself. So for her to lie about it and say they're doxing her children, that is a lie. They did not dox her children. She said her own children's names, period. All of them, because she was talking about making the bears for her family. I heard it myself. I wouldn't say it if I didn't. So, but all I'm saying, Laura, is that somebody's got to, you know, if she's tired of it all, she just, you know, needs to move on, try to move on. That's all I'm saying.
But mods also twist things. I'll give you an example. One of the continual opinions of my ex mods was I didn't appreciate them enough. I believe that to be true. So I learned from it. And I try to tell my mods how much I appreciate them now. But that could be turned around into Laura's not caring and she doesn't give a fuck about us. They would all run to somewhere else and to be accepted that, you know, she's such a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. But the reality was they just didn't feel appreciated enough. But when you're trying to be accepted into somewhere else, that has a whole nother spin on it. And that's what I think her mods are doing. I think her mods, you know, it may have been something as simple as, you know, she didn't appreciate them as much. So they're spinning it into this whole fucking, you know, she did this and she did that. We don't know if stories are true.
True.
And personally, I wouldn't want a mod that's running to somewhere else, running my business.
No.
And that's what they're doing. And that tells me everything I need to know about who the mod is. Hang on 1 second. What's up?
Yep.
What?
Can you go get the sandwiches?
Yeah, you have to wait. I'm leaving here in about 10 minutes. All right.
Well, anyways, I appreciate you letting me up anyway.
Absolutely. I'm just saying that I don't give any merit to her mods that ran over the queen bees, running their mouth, trying to act like, you know, Britney's so bad, giving personal information. And I don't agree with Queen Bee even talking about it.
No, nobody should be talking about it.
Nope.
Nobody. Queen
Not
Bee has gotten, I can't believe it because the very first time ever going up on a panel was her panel. And I thought she was a really nice person. Kids weren't allowed to be talked about on her panel. And then all of a sudden, it just like progressively got worse. And so I just, I can't watch it. You know what I mean? I just can't watch the vileness of it all. It's
Yep.
just, yeah, it just doesn't make you feel good, regardless.
Mm-mm.
You come.
Marlena, that happens in Patreon too. And that is something that is really hard as a creator is people get close. And then if you have a fight with one and one leaves, then a bunch leave. And it's
Mhm.
really hard. And then they
Yep.
all have to have the same story. That happens a lot. But it's one of those things you can't really control. But it looks bad on the creator that all these people left together. But the reality is, no, really one left and then a bunch just followed.
Exactly.
So, but I do. I think it's fucking vile what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the answer? I don't know. I
Exactly.
truly don't know.
Someone's got to try something, and that's all I'm saying here. Someone's got to, step forward and just try something different. Because you can't even go on a channel without hearing about it and hearing about, this person's fat and this person's ugly and this person's got ugly feet and this person's got cellulitis and this person, it's just one thing after it's like being back in elementary school, people trashing each other, you know what I mean, just bullying each other. It's
But
crazy.
in the end, ultimately, it's Brittany's decision what she would like to do with her channel.
You know
That
what,
is
Ria?
true.
I understand that. I totally get that. But when she gets on her stream and she's complaining about it, you got to do something about it in order for it not to continue in some manner, or at least try.
She has tried.
And she said she's not going to do it anymore. She's not going to talk about this. She's not going to talk about that. She's been clip saying this stuff. So try it.
It's easy to say though when you're not in that position, Sunflower. When you are in that position and getting attacked from every which way, it's very hard to stay quiet. It's very hard to not talk
You were
back.
there. You were there.
I
So
do. That's what I'm saying. I see it from both sides. But as someone that has no true issues with Brittany, I can honestly say I don't wanna see her get destroyed like I did, and I don't wanna see her lose her entire following to the point that now she really can't go back to true crime because all she has is drama people.
Exactly.
And
I
that's where I'm at. Like, I try to do true crime, nobody cares. Nobody's I got, like, 5 people interested. For the
And I
most part, people want drama because that's what I pigeonholed myself into by constantly addressing the drama.
right.
and I wouldn't be saying anything reality if Brittany wouldn't have said it herself that she's going to go and do her true crime and go back to her true crime. I wouldn't say a word about it. So yeah, you're right about it's her channel. She can do what she wants, but if she's going to say it, then
Going to make that decision what she would like to do is what I'm saying.
stand on it. That's all I'm saying.
And I know that Brittany's not gonna listen, but
Sure.
I'm just everyone that knows me for a long time knows that I genuinely do care about people, and I don't wanna see anybody fail, and I do wanna see people succeed, and I cannot say it enough. She's going to destroy her channel if she does not stop.
I agree there. That's all I'm up here to say. So anyways, I'm going to get down, Laura, but thank you.
You're welcome.
I
Thank you
appreciate
for coming up.
it. Okay, thanks. Have a good
Bye.
Bye.
And I'm saying that from a point of caring about her. I don't wanna see her make the same mistakes,
I
and she
understand.
will,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I understand that.
And, like, one thing she can do, which I tried in the very, very beginning, have one night of drama. Do true crime for, pleasing all the true crime people, and then do, like, Friday night drama. Keep all of the drama for one night, and then just have one explosive night. that's a way to do it too. But I just don't want to see her lose her true crime following, and I already see it. And of course, the haters are fucking jumping on it, like, oh, well, she has, she had 1,000 people, and now she only has 600. Now she only has 700. Now she only had. Well, when I look in, she's got over 800, but
Mhm.
she was getting over 1,000, and it's just it's gonna hurt her, and they're running with everything. Don't give them ammo.
She's got one scheduled tonight for true crime. So
Wait, what? There you go. That's what she needs to do. It's like Justin. Justin doesn't allow anybody to keep him off track, and
mhm,
he has not lost a single supporter. Like, I'm
right.
sure he has, but overall, he hasn't lost supporters. He is, he kept it with true crime. He
Yeah.
doesn't really do drama, and that's where she should be. She should never have allowed all of this drama to escalate the way it did. You just got to ignore it. And I wouldn't say ignore it, not totally ignore it, but keep it for like one night. Get it all worked up for one night. I did that for a long time and it worked. People look forward to Saturday night drama. And then I would do true crime during the week. And it did. I mean, this is back years ago, but it did work. And that's what she should do. And this way, all her drama people know that they can look forward to that drama. They're not, not going to be done with it, but they can look forward to that drama on, even if she had to do 2 nights on weekends. But then
Yeah.
all her true crime people would still be there for her Monday through Friday. If, assuming she's going live every night.
Marlena, that's true. Sadly, that's true.
Her true followers will watch both,
Mhm.
but they still might.
They still go look at the other channels too.
Yeah. So I just, like I said, I truly and sincerely don't want to see her destroy herself. Like, I personally think that all these lawsuit bullshit is going to destroy their own channels because people are going to get bored of it. I'm already bored of hearing about Rico and this case and that case. I don't want to hear about fucking lawsuits, and I don't want to hear about Brittany. 2 things I don't want to hear about anymore.
And that's all it's about. Seriously, every day, that's all it's about.
I agree. And I've told patrons I can't even fucking listen to these people anymore. I really, truly can't. Oh my God.
Huh?
Fucking retard.
Okay. Wow.
Exactly.
Come
And
on
you know
now.
what? Like, all right, for example, idiot like that. Here's the funniest part. I am a speeder, not a downer. So when MFW went on this kick about I'm on fentanyl, you couldn't be further from the truth. I hate downers. I don't smoke pot, don't like downers, never did downers. So one of those kind of trolls, block, ignore it, tell them what a fucking retard they are. And it's laughable.
Those are the
Absolutely
kind of
fucking
those
laughable.
are the kind that you just block.
That's how fucking stupid these people are.
They'll make another account though. They've already cloned me. They've cloned Marlena. They've cloned a lot of us. And they
Yeah, you
go into
can't
the
let that get to you.
say all kinds of crap that people know who I am. I don't talk like those people do.
Yeah, I've heard your name get shit. I've seen Marlena in other places, but I've heard your name get trashed, and I'm like, I don't even know who that person is.
But
But
me,
understand too, there's nothing wrong with supporting your
mhm,
favorite creator. There's nothing wrong with standing behind your favorite creator. Do not allow anybody to take away your happiness. Do
nope.
not allow anybody to take away your what you call
Individuality.
your
You're
what?
not taking my individuality. You're not going to take away
Exactly.
where I stand, what I believe
Exactly
in.
right. They're not worth it at all.
I'm strong. Trust me. You can back me in a corner, and I'll come out fighting with my hands and my feet big time.
It's
I
exactly.
will not back down.
Just do
Like,
not let
oh,
anybody take away, your ability to support your favorite creator, because believe me, their people are still supporting them. The difference is all their people are bonded by hate. I would
right.
never wanna live like that. I would
No,
never wanna be bonded by hate,
nope, no way.
and I wouldn't want an audience bonded by hate either,
No, ma'am. Me neither.
and that's all they do, and I'm sorry, I'd have I want way less people in my chat than a chat of over 1,000 people all agreeing with everything I'm saying, even though the person I'm talking about did nothing to me and did nothing to them. And they're just, oh, we hate Britney too. We hate this. Hey, sit the fuck down. You guys sound stupid as fuck. You don't even know Britney. You've never even had a conversation with Britney. But oh yeah, you just hate Britney. So shut the fuck up. I hate people like that. The only chat that I understand that in was Granny's, and that's because Granny and Brittany had a long history. Brittany's chat hated Granny, Granny's chat hated Brittany. They all knew each other from Natasha Cooper, and I'm going back, in the beginning.
Way
They all
back.
knew each other from Natasha Cooper. I get it. I get why their chat hated each other. But Queen Bee, no, you don't have a chat that hates Brittany because they've never even interacted with Brittany. Sit the fuck
Now,
down.
one thing about me, I am a good friend. I don't backstab. I will come to you and I will have a discussion with you like an adult because that's who I am. I don't play games.
I agree.
Everything will come from my heart.
And that's what matters. And no matter how much hate I've gotten, I've never changed who I was as a person. I've
Right.
never changed the
Learn
core of who I am.
the
And
truth.
that's something that is not found often around here. People change for their subs, people change for their Patreons, people change for money. Nope,
Right.
I'm the same fucking person I've always been. I mean, you grow
And
up a little, yeah, but
yeah, and you learned your lessons too, and that's important. That's the most important part of it all.
I agree. And
Nobody,
Lacey, 100%. I said that too. The only reason why they all started talking about Sebastian Rogers is because Granny was trying to get Britney subs. 100%. I've said that
Mhm.
all along.
So that's why she has done and why she's gone down that road that she has chosen.
Yep. She was
And look what it's
jealous
doing.
of Britney subs. And
Yep.
she was jealous that Britney was blowing up and she wanted to get ahead of it.
And it's already been proven. Evil doesn't like good, so they got to attack.
Yep.
Misery loves company. Birds of
100%.
a feather,
And all the miserable people all found each other.
right? Birds of a feather flock together.
Yep. Ah, and they're gonna
They don't
stay
like
miserable?
happiness. They don't like laughter. They don't like that people are authentic. They can't handle that at all.
Nope. But I'm telling you, but I gotta get off in a minute because I gotta go drop off paper. But um, the one thing that Brittany needs to remember is this is nothing that she did. Hey, whistle down. This is nothing that she did. This is all because Queen Bee did not want to get the heat on her about the Britney Sun video, which again, I don't think I said this before, at least,
Mhm.
not to you guys. I don't even understand why everybody turned this fucking video into something sexual. I don't.
Right.
This is a
Oh,
child. And I thought it was a little kid, but someone said he was like 15. But this is a fucking child. Big deal. So you saw a kid's ass. Who fucking cares? Now, why anybody wants the video is a different story, but
no,
it's a fucking child. Who gives a shit? This wasn't a sexual thing. Why is everybody making it a sexual thing? Some
right.
fucking 15-year-old kid twerked on camera. Big fucking deal.
Yeah, they
I,
were saying that you could see his butt cheeks apparently.
who cares? It's a child. Why is anybody looking at that sexual?
Yeah,
That's
and
the
you can
part.
get in trouble for that too anyway. You're not supposed to be exploiting a child of any sort like that.
But that's what Queen Bee wanted the heat off her. But I never understood why everybody made it something sexual. It's a fucking child. There's nothing about a child's ass that's sexual for me. Nothing. Like if I see a naked butt, I laugh. I think it's funny. Like there's nothing sexual about a young child or a teenager's butt unless you make it sexual. And if you make it sexual, then that's your fucking problem.
Right.
Like,
And then you get to pay the consequences of that fact too, because it's not supposed to be allowed on social media in that fashion.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There are videos on social media of people getting their balls shaved. I will never forget this. And you see everything. It's educational according to the video. And it's literally somebody getting their balls shaved. And you can find kids twerking, you can find kids, whatever.
You see it on TikTok. You see these kids on TikTok doing all that stuff.
Exactly. There's mother-daughter teams on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, where I think that the kid is being a little racy for her age and her mom's standing right there. But I don't look at it as she's trying to be sexual. She's fucking 5 years old. She doesn't even know what sexual is. She's dancing because that's what her kids do. I mean, that's what her idols do. They dance sexy. But I'm sure she doesn't know what sexy is. I mean, she's like 3, 4, 5, I don't know. But you see that all over the place. But people then make that sexual. Well, that's your problem then. Because I'm sorry, I don't see this as, oh my God, she's trying to be sexual. It's a child. Stop looking at children as sexual. That's your problem, not a child's problem.
He was twerking, he was dancing.
What?
Kids dance, don't
That's
they?
what I'm saying. Oh, it was her younger son. That's what I said. It was her younger sons, and somebody said no, he was 15. I was like, okay, he's still a child.
Yeah,
So
her younger ones.
And if he's younger, then it proves my point even more. Like, who gives a fuck? It's a child. Tina, you know what I'm talking about? Those videos? It's pretty funny. They're literally shaving.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm like, why is this on YouTube? Like, why is this on YouTube?
For educational purposes.
It's fucking crazy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Just
So, all right.
we live in these days, it's just mind-boggling.
But I have to get off. I gotta go deliver this paper, and I gotta get the kids sandwiches. Thank you for coming up.
Answered
I
some of
appreciate
what you've been asking, so.
All right, we gotta do it again sometime.
Okie doke. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye now.
Bye. All right, guys, I have to get off. I got to go deliver some that I was on my way to deliver before when I forgot my vape. And then I was like, every time I got a notification, my phone cut off and it was like crazy. So yeah, being that it was younger ones, that makes it even worse because you're taking a 8-year-old, 10-year-old and saying that it's sexual is fucking gross, especially an autistic kid. They love running around naked. I know the kid I babysit for, we fight all the time about him keeping his clothes on. And he just wants to come home, rip off his clothes. And I finally taught him, no, you have to keep your clothes on. And it's just one of those things. But I know his mom doesn't. His mom doesn't make him keep his clothes on. So, because it's his own house, that's where Brittany's at. So if this kid started twerking, I would laugh. I would never look at it as sexual. So everybody that made this sexual to me is the one with the real issue, not the kid. So on that note, I will see you guys later, maybe. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I want to thank my guests for coming up. I think they both had really good opinions, and I agree with both of them. But at the end of the day, it does come down to it's Brittany's channel. Brittany can do whatever the fuck she wants. All I can do is offer her advice from someone that's been there, and she could take it or leave it. So on that note, I got to get out of here. I'll see you guys later. Hey, Joy, have a wonderful day. And hopefully I'll see you guys tonight because I'm a loser with no life. And it's Friday night and I have nothing to do but clean a house. So I'll probably go live again. And don't forget, we're still raising money for my table saw. I think it's like $150. So send those cash apps in. Send those PayPals in so I can get me a table saw. Some people are grubbing for lawsuits. No, I'm getting a fucking table saw. That's how bad my life is. All right. So on that note, I will see you guys later. Have a good night. Peace.